aqui é Corinthians. Hoje é dia de fúria. É vapo. Os bruxos tá on. Vai, mãe.
Vai tá é bonita, viu?
Puxa na fera. Campeão. We are live! Welcome to the second week of LBFF Season 6. I am Marcelo Fiorentino, and of course, I'm not alone for this long journey of good Free Fire for today. I'm cited by my co-pilot, Carol Michelle. Carol, how are you doing today?
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here this Saturday with us, especially because this is our second week of Free Fire Brazilian League. And last week was lit, Marcelo, but this week things maybe will be better. So I'm here for the action, I'm here for the blood. What about you, Marcelo?
I'm here to see if Bonde will keep up as they had last week, although they are not playing today. They will be playing tomorrow, but not today. We have to see if Team Coda Solid will keep up with what they did last week, but they will not play today. So we have to keep our eyes on metagaming because, dude, they destroyed last week on Sunday and they had their best day in their history in LBFF. So a team that performed so well last season now being maybe the most highlighted team throughout the whole week, Carol.
Yes, of course. So last week on Sunday was the time for meta game shine. They got a double booyah. They finished the day with 94 points in the highlights of the day, of course, and they also started very strong this season, Marcelo, and they came as newcomers. They improved their performance throughout the whole season 5, and right now I'm pretty much sure they showing up being one of the favorites around here, the strongest one in this competition. Not only because of their double booyahs and the 94 points and being the best team of the day, but they managed to be in the top 3 in 5 out of 6 matches played last Sunday, Marcelo.
And that's incredible for us to know that a team that is so young in LBFF doing so well in their third season, and we'll have the standings for you guys to understand what we're talking about. Metagaming is in the third place right now, and they only played 6 maps, right, Carol?
Only play 6 maps differently of Team Coda Solid and Bone. Team Coda, we have to point it out about Team Coda Solid that did an amazing debuting this season. Of course, they were newcomers last season, but they started very strong this season as well. But today, it is the day for Metagame to try to reach the top, the first place, and of course, the eyes are on them, but also on before. There is in the 6th place right now. On Sunday they had a better day. They came very strong with Iago and Juan on their team, but we also have to point it out about Loud and Fluxo team that both of them had a good weekend, 71 points each, good positions, and coming to fight as never this season. But you know, Marcelo, it's only the beginning. We probably see many things changing in our table today and tomorrow, especially because Group B is the home team of this weekend.
And we have so many newcomers coming for you guys to watch. We have XD playing today, we have Amazon Creeps playing today, we have Tropa playing today, and they made a lot of noise, but it was incredible to see the individual performances throughout the whole weekend from the players from Bonde, from the players from Metagaming, the players from Flux, the players from Loud. We've seen a Loud team that we did not see throughout the whole LBFF Season 5, right?
Yeah, especially in the semifinals that we put so much expectations on teams with the big names in our competitive scenario like Fluxo and Loud finishing in the 10th place on the finals last season was such a shame because, like I said, the expectations because they are one of the favorite teams here in this competition, but they start pretty good like a Fluxo team. So I'm pretty much sure, like I said, the things will change here today. We will watch more performance. We just had the start last weekend, and today will be definitely a day for the truth to see who we will fight against each other.
And we got to check out the individual points that the players had throughout the last weekend. R7 and Victor 7, both from Bonde, leading the standings, with Vitinho XP, General, Yan 7 and Quali following up. We've seen some players showing up as they didn't show up last season. Victor 7, by the way, one of them. He played Fox Top 10 last season. He wasn't the most highlighted player throughout the season, but in 1 week with Bonde, he shined.
Yes, I remember that very well, especially during the finals of last season. We saw Vitinho shine so much, but honestly, Marcelo, I wasn't expecting that R7 would start the season as the favorite one in the first place. Of course, he is a completely player. He was well chosen by Bond team this season, but I'm very surprised to see him in the first place.
But do you know who didn't play well individually? Me on FF Squad. My team was the last in the Casters League because I put some players, I started some players that were not started by their teams. So this week I chose to perform a little better.
Okay.
I chose the team that I think that gives me the best opportunity, but I balanced both teams. How did you do it for you to cast your starting lineup for this week?
Well, last weekend in the league that I am participating, I finished the weekend in the 6th place. I don't think it was that bad, but a lot more to improve, especially because when we improve, we get more money to get more players, more valuable players, and that's the most selected players. And actually, it's a funny thing. I chose Will and got killed
so
to
did
be
I.
in my team. So
did I.
Let's see if this weekend I will connect it my game, because I chose by not only for the performances, but I'm trying to choose those ones that I'm seeing that they will have a better performance this week. Not the best one last weekend, but a better one this weekend.
My team now is Heiner, the coach from XD,
He's a good
Debzada from XD,
I chose
God
her.
Kill, Spill from Tropa, Will, and Broilo from the Netshoes Miners. Broilo, by the way, is in my team for today and tomorrow, so I expect you, Broilo, to show up, because I need your points, my man. Who is the star of your team, Carol?
Probably will be Will, because last weekend, Marcelo, I didn't choose Will because he finished last season not as a good player. He started as the best one in the front line of Loud, but he started this season with the same guess as last season in the beginning. So I'm putting all my expectations on Will for my squad this weekend, but also Broil. I have Broil is in my team for tomorrow matches, and I'm putting my hopes so high for this guy.
So we're going for Broilo
Yes,
today.
we are going for Broil.
Last week I did not choose Will as well. I went for Brabox. I thought Will lose his spot for Brabox. And you guys, you gotta be the best coaches that you know, because you can play with us, the FF squad. So get ready, put your teams up on the line for you guys to see who knows more about Free Fire throughout your friends. And it's a great competition. Karobi, we'll be right back talking about the FF squad. But we got to know which players are playing today, which teams are playing today. We got to see how our schedule is ready for this weekend for you guys to understand. Today we will have groups B and C going after each other, right, Carol?
Nice. So we are going to have the group team as the home team of this weekend, but especially today we are going to have Amazon Crips, Fluxo Team, Los Grandes, Netshoes Miners, SS Sports, She's the against before Furia Team, Loud Metagame, Real Esports, and Tropa.
Those teams have space to improve from what we've seen last week. Not talking about metagaming and before and Loud, but those teams have some kind of space to improve. And tomorrow we will have groups B and A going at each other. We have Bonji coming back to play, the leaders, Team Coda Solid coming back into play, the second place team. As of right now, Vivo Gate, that also finished in the 4th position throughout the last weekend. But I think that today we will finally have the real picture of which teams will be on top, right, Carol?
Yes, exactly. Like I said, last weekend was good for us to see, especially the newcomers debuting, how the performance will work. We saw that, unfortunately, Amazon Creeps didn't have a great debuting, a good start this season, but it was also good for them to feel the vibe of the game style of Serie A of Free Fire Brazilian League. But this weekend will be the weekend of the truth. If Bond will remain the top 1, of course, today we'll have the changes because they are not playing today, but will be the truth because first week it's all 0 points for everyone, so it's kind of easy to reach the top. But right now things will get started very hard.
And now we will have all teams with 12 maps played, since we have only Group A with 12 maps played. So we will see how the picture will fare off, how the teams will position themselves after 2 days of playing for all the groups. And it's important for us to keep our eyes open on metagaming, on before, on Loud, on Fluxo. Lots of teams that are coming strong to fight for the top of the standings, Carol. But we have to go back and talk a little bit about some players from metagaming, because they thrilled last week. They had an incredible team display, but some of the players also had, Carol, an incredible individual display, right?
Yes, exactly. And if we are talking about metagame, we have to point it out that Lost, he's in the 10th place of our MVP list. He's getting in there. Probably he will, who knows, reach the top 5, but he's a very good player. Also Drax in the 8th place. Metagame have also in the 5th place, Ian 7. So a lot of players from Metagame are joining the MVP list, and it is very good to see how the team is very complete itself. And it seems like we are going to talk a little bit more of Drax, is that right?
Indeed, Drax had an average of 2 kills per map last week. He finished the day with an amazing 12 kills, and he was the 2nd player in kills for the metagaming squad. And it seems that we have something prepared to talk about Drax. Am I right, my director? Yeah, we have on the screen for you guys to understand what Drax did last week and how did he fare off on FF squad. He scored 145 points. That shows how good he was individually. He had 12 kills. That awards 5 points per kill. He had 4,119 points of damage, which also adds to his numbers. 2 times he was the MVP of the drop. He had 1 first blood and 6 assists. That's an incredible margin of points on Drax, and he's a player, Carol, that we should keep an eye on, right?
Yes, definitely, especially because in this picture over here we can see he helps in the assistance. He's also good with the frontliner, the damage. So we can say he's a completely player. And Marcelo, we have to point it out also that his prices goes up in the FF squad.
His price went way up because dude had an amazing weekend. And since we're talking about FF squad, we have to talk about the Casters League, and I'm in the last place, Carol.
I said I was in the 6th place, but I'm among the top 5. So, phew, that was good. I feel good right now because I had a little bit more of money, so I could fit in more players in this weekend. But we are getting the taste, Marcelo. Don't worry.
Carol, my first week was strategical. I brought players to make me money. And this week, I'm coming for the points. You guys can expect this weekend. I'm coming for the points. But since we're talking about Drax, it's a good moment for us to stay tuned on Drax.
Quem não me escalou no final de semana passado pode escalar agora que o pai vai amassar de novo. A expectativa é manter a regularidade e o estilo de jogo agressivo para continuar pontuando bem. A gente criou uma liga aqui entre o time para brincar e resenhar. A Festa Squad é legal, mas o foco total é a pontuação no final do dia do time.
Olha o Nicolas botando o primeiro no chão. Meu garoto! Léo foi derrubado. Rajadinha pra cima do Aranha. O Lost ali na parte de dentro vai tentando avançar. Tem jogador pegando de lado. Maxwell tomou o capão. Nicolas consegue derrubar o Aranha. Maxwell derrubado. Só tem MTS. Ele sozinho contra 4 jogadores da meta. Vem lança, vem bala! O Nicolas leva 3 jogadores adversários e garante esse squad wipe para a Meta Gaming.
A gente vem treinando muito, vamos ver que esse estilo mais agressivo, estamos muito confiantes.
We have to keep an eye up on Drax because he said the most important thing is the points for this team at the end of the day. However, we know having an FF squad, having the MVP, everybody wants to rule the world, as the Tears for Fears would say, right?
Yeah, it's such a small talk when the guys say, oh, no, I just want to help my team, but we know how valuable it is to be Corral the MVP. So I'm pretty much sure he got the vibe, he got the feeling inside of his bones, and he will come for the kills as well. I'm putting my hopes so high for Metagame today. They have such a good squad. We're seeing that Yam, Drax, Lost 21, they are so good that they are matched with their team that we can wait great things from the whole team itself.
And I bet that there are lots and lots of people expecting too much from Metagaming, and they are a team that we can't put them connected to one of our maps. They fare really well throughout the whole rotation, right?
Yes, of course. And they do a good rotation. We saw that, like I said in the start of the day, they were not crowned the best team of the days only because of their double booyahs, but they showed up in the top 3 in 5 matches out of 6 they played last weekend, Marcelo. So we can see that they can go to the late stages of the game, finishing in a good position, and you know, that's kind of the game of Corinthians did to reach the finals, and that's worked for Corinthians throughout the whole season, so that can work for Metagame as well. But their only mistake last weekend, Marcelo,
I was going to say
during
exactly
the double booyahs were not to show the dog.
We did not have Dogo, and I expect Metagaming to bring the Dogo today. Otherwise, I will complain. But we have every team on our side. Right by our side, we have before Furia, Loud, Metagaming, Real, and Tropa. By the way, Furia, a team that needed to show up a little better than what they did last week, right?
Yes, of course, and we can see all the players set and getting ready to our plan to go, Marcelo, and it feels like it is already time to go.
Yeah, we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R3D1 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, cause it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first destination of today's match. We are heading to Purgatory, and we are going to see the real T. If we are going to have a start booyah with Metagame, or if they will die in Brasilia by the hands of before. But one thing is for sure, Marcelo, we have 2 teams that are newcomers here in Free Fire Brazilian League. Are they ready to compete against all the veterans?
I want to see that. I am eager to see all the newcomers this season. Got me hyped on the newcomers, I gotta say. We have Tropa playing today. We have Amazon Creeps playing today. We have She's There playing today. And I really want to see how those teams will play today. And let's go, Rafa X. You're in my FF squad. So let's go, Rafa X.
The thing with playing FF squad, Marcelo, he's also a player of fantasy of NFL, right?
NFL fantasy.
And I think you have played Tola, right? So he's very competitive about that. But I feel like we are going for each play, not even for the team anymore, because we are so sure about our FF squad. I like this feeling. I like it.
Rafa X is in my team for tomorrow.
Right.
So today, he can play his regular game. Tomorrow, I want to see Rafa X playing as the MVP. But I want to see all teams do really well. But I want my players to finish the day in the MVP list. I want more than 21 kills. I expect you guys to destroy this week more than R7 destroyed last week. And Debzada is on my team. She's on my team.
Yes, she is also on my team for this second weekend.
Did we cast the same team?
I'm starting to think maybe we have, I don't know, maybe you learned. I'm pretty much sure I learned from the my experience in FF Squad from last weekend, because I was going like for the obvious one, like the MVPs, the best ones. But we have to point it out that each one of these players have specifically obligations to do during the rounds. And actually, I learned that from you. Like, I'm going to get this specifically player because he's good in assistance, but it is not only about assistance, you know. So yes, we have to be very careful when we are going to choose one player for playing our FF squad.
In FF squad, you don't have to think about who are great players for the Free Fire League. You have to think of players that will damage a lot of other players, who will get some kills, who will get some assistances, who can be the MVP of a map. Because all of that matters in FF Squad. And there's the most casted player in FF Squad this week, who is Will. And he's pretty far away from his loud teammates as of right now. And he's trying to gather some information, Carol. We've seen this game start really slowly. And maybe the teams will study a little more than what they did last week, right?
Yes, and if we are going to start to talk about the best performance by maps in Purgatory by the teams that are playing today, in the 4th place we have Loud, in the 5th place we have Tropa, and also Nitrox Top 10 in the 3rd place. Team Coda, Solid, and Bond, they are in the 1st and the 2nd place, are not playing today, but let's see, because we already have our first shots, Marcelo.
We have our first shots, and Real put 2 players from before down. We know that some of those players have a long time rivalry. I mean, Fawn, Autoboot, they played for Santos last season. And they have this grudge against before, and they sent the first player back to the lobby. The first blood goes to the hands of Real. And before, who are trying to take command of Brasilia, we will now have one less player to play throughout this match, Carol. This is important because before is in the center of what's probably the end of the match, and now they have only 3 players to hold on to their space.
Yeah, we know how hard it is to get in the late stages of the game with number disadvantage, and specifically in that spot of Brasilia, if you have someone in the upper side view, they will probably get shots and get kills. But let me just point it out that Iago is still alive, and also Lobato, of course, Juan, who is one of the best players of before and was in the 30th season the MVP, will give them such a hard time to get to fit their game. But let's maybe trust in the gameplay of Iago and Lobato that have been playing for a long time together.
Let's see how they will fare off with only 3 players, and let's see if Fluxo will go after the players from Netshoes Miners. They saw the players on the top of the mountain. Netshoes Miners did what they usually do. They went away of the fight. Netshoes Miners, a team that prefers to fight the late fights, running away from this one against Fluxo, right?
Yes, I don't think that strategy it's bad, it's wrong, but when teams see this kind of strategy and this kind of performance during the maps, they find that it's an easy target because they are not about fights, they are about to run away, and that makes a easy fight for the other team that wants to get an approach and, you know, points for killing over them.
Let's see if the Netshoes Miners will find a place to hide and to go away, to run away from Fluxo. As we see Los Grandes also coming to that same spot near the end of fields and the entrance of Brasilia, where Real was, where before was as well, and Gus has the information in regards to the players of Real on the top of that hill. They might now be in a little bit of danger, right, Carol?
Yeah, and Real, who was the worst team of last weekend, they are definitely in the bottom of our standings right now. They start the day with the first blood, so let's see if that will bring them more confidence throughout the whole day, if it will help them to get more good positions, because right now they did a rotation that usually Los Grandes do. So let's see if Los Grandes will have this approach.
And it seems that Fluxo is under fire. The guys from Meta Gaming are trying to engage against Fluxo that was going over the top of the hills, but they used the negative to cover themselves and rotate. This confrontation will not happen as of right now, as we see Drax, the guy that we pointed out throughout the start of our broadcast as one of the highlights of the day. Let's see now the fight between Los Grandes and Real. Maybe the first fight in the game, as we see VM7 trying to use the grenades and trying to find the players from Los Grandes. Lots of damage is coming in to the players of Los Grandes, and once again the grenades are coming in. Rafaex and Mamute going after Fon, both of them double teaming Fon, and Fon having to retreat. Autobot comes to help his teammate, and Tatui puts Mamute to the floor. Nice start of fight by Real. They got one player down, they got two players down, but Autobot is also on the floor. Gus found the grenade shot, and now Gus once again does it. He finds VM7 and puts him to sleep. MVR is on the hunt to save his teammates. He will go for Mamute. He will put Mamute back on the play. Rafaex is still on the floor. We have Autobot coming for the and Fon, now blinded by Gus. We'll have to deal with it, and he is on the floor. Nice ball play by Gus, putting another player down. Lobato is into this fight as well for before, trying to avenge his teammate who fell down. And now there's only Gus to fight for the Los Grandes squad. Rafaex was sent back to the lobby. Now Loud is coming to this fight as well. Will finishes off and gets a kill. And now Real Esports is down and out of the match in the 12th position. Loud is coming to finish off this fight. Kronos gets the kill on Mamute. Now there's only Gus to fight for Los Grandes. He's trying to hide. He's trying to find the space where he can keep the team alive. But he will not do it because Kronos went after him, and Loud gets 3 kills, 2 on the hands of Kronos. And Los Grandes is back on the lobby, Carol.
And like I said, this rotation where Real were standing is a rotation for Los Grandes, and sooner or later they would get this approach, even though Purgatorio is not the best map for Los Grandes. They got a few kills and went back to the lobby, at least with small points.
Let's see this Netshoes Miners rotation. There are some bullets coming after them. There is some lead waiting for them. As we see, the Amazon Creep squad well positioned and at least guaranteed to get a few points for positioning, right, Carol?
And Amazon Creeps, it is the team with less kills this season. They only got 7 kills throughout the whole weekend, last week, our debut weekend. But, of course, they are newcomers, so let's wait for them to get their improvement today.
But a team that is also a newcomer is XD, and now they are being pressured by Flux. Gatkill has the information on them. Gatkill, do not kill Debzada. Go for Angelo and let Debzada go for Fak. Because my FF squad team needs you guys to point.
I don't want this fight as well. I want them to go to the other side of the map. Don't engage right now because both of their sides have a team in my FF squad. So you can agree with me. It's not a good fight to fight right now.
No, not a good fight. Let this fight happen at the end of the match when both Debzada and GodQ got 21 kills. We see Luignet preparing himself, trying to find the best positioning to hold on to his position on the fields. And we're watching a Fluxo team doing a rotation that is really dangerous, right, Carol? We've seen them being approached by Metagaming, now being approached by XD. It's kind of a dangerous rotation, right?
And they are changing their rotation all the time. So they saw metagame and they decided not to engage. So they did a big rotation to get in the fields side, and right now they decided not to engage again with XD. And Nobrew is not playing again. This is the second week that Nobrew is not playing. We know that Nobrew is a key player for the team. He is also a good match with the Japa BKR for their experience throughout seasons of LBFF. And I'm asking myself what is going to be their game today, because they are not in a bad place in our table, and I'm pretty much sure they wanted to keep this points of the 9th place and to get a little bit up for the among the top 5. Who knows?
Let's see where the safe zone will lead us to the west of Brazil, to the northwest of Brasilia. As we see Tropa well positioned, Fúria well positioned before, and some teams having to move. Metagame and Amazon Creeps and XD having to move like crazy.
Yes, and for each side they choose to go, they will find some team, they will find a fight, so they need to be prepared right now.
And as you see right now, Tropa can probably engage in a fight against SS Esports. Boot On was sent back to the lobby by Killed. And let's see if this fight will happen, because it seems that SS Esports took off. They did not want to go for the fight. They redid their rotation to the south entrance of the safe zone, and now they will be inside of the safe zone. As we see right there, Memgod having some information on Lobato. He has the sights waiting for Lobato to show up at the door, and Lobato seems to be waiting for them near the windows.
And Marcelo, I'm pretty much sure the players will take this game to the late stage of the game, where the safe zone will be very small and we cannot keep the track with any one games.
Yeah, that's the probably the time. Whoa, go on! Go on with the grenade shots! Getting 2 players down. Now Wignet brings it back and puts Kawan back on the floor. Probably XD will have time to heal their teammates, but the Amazon Creep squad is also coming for them. Wignet gets the kill on GG. They tried to surprise XD, but they got surprised. Now Kronos is being engaged by Fluxo as well. Kawan puts Angelo down, and the Amazon Creep squad is trying to get into this fight as well. They want the spoils of war, but maybe they enter the fight a little earlier than what they should have done. However, Kronos still running for his life, as we see Noda as well running away from Fluxo. And we have XD fighting also against the Amazon Creep squad. Luignet is inside of the gas. He's taking lots of damages, but he's going after the players from Amazon Creeps. They get the kill, but XD is down and out. Iago gets the kill for B4, another team coming into this fight. This has become a war zone near the edges of the safe zone. We see BLGod getting the kill on Moreira from Tropa, but GodQ is going after GL. He wants the points, he wants the kill, but he has to deal also with Noda and Kronos. Cias is rotating, he has the katana in his hands, and now Noda gets the kill on GL, and the Amazon Creep squad is out of the game in the 9th position. Japa BKR rotating, trying to find a position. The grenades from Cias! Putting Kronos down! Finding the first bullet! Finding the first down! And Cias gets the points. Noda is below the whole Fluxo squad, as we see Memgod and Atividade dealing some damage. Loud is out of the game because GodQ found the kill on Noda. But they have now to deal with B4. Iago is on the floor. They will have to deal with only 2 players standing. Lobato rotating. He has to protect the house. He has to protect their squad. But Moreira with Tropa came to help. And is on the ground. Lobato gets on CS. Lobato gets it on Japa. Amazing job by Lobato. Finding 2 players down, and he gets the triple kill. He wipes out the whole Fluxo squad, and B4 is now in an amazing position to rotate to inside of the safe zone. Now the Netshoes Miners squad is fighting against 2 teams. It's SS Esports and it's Metagaming. Phoenix gets the down on one of the players from Netshoes Miners, and now not only Natividade to fight for the Miners. Drax with the scythe. He is with the scythe getting kills. 2 players down. Natividade bringing it back and Puchubinha to the ground. Now there's only MTS to fight for SS Esports. Only Natividade to fight for the Netshoes Miners. But Metagaming squad still has 2 players, but now Ian is on the floor. Let's see if Drax can save the Metagaming. As Natividade comes in with the double vector, and he will finish off Drax. Amazing job by Nativa. The B4 squad is out because Furia came to fight. Netshoes Miners also eliminated. Now MTS got the damage, but the safe zone got the kill on Natividade. Now Furia has 2 players to fight. SS Esports has only 1, and Tropa has the whole troop, the whole squad to fight for the Booyah. We see Giga preparing his sights, trying to find the players from Furia. 7 players still standing. Memgad tried some shoots. Him and Gust are inside of the house. Killet tries to find the grenade shots. MTS is also inside of a house trying to play the quiet game for SS Esports. Let's see if the runner-up for the MVP prize of last season will make it count for SS Esports. Moreira rotating. We have the vision from the top down, and the safe zone is closing. MTS will have to move. Tropa will have to move. MTS uses the ice. He's using one more time the ice to see if he can get away from the players from Tropa, but Killet finds the grenade on Gusta, and he eliminates one more player from Furia. Now Furia has only Memgad to fight, no more. He has no Memgad to fight anymore, and it's Booyah Tropa! The newcomers are in! They get an amazing booyah and guarantee that they will start this weekend going for the tops, Carol.
Nice start of the second week for Tropa, getting their first booyah, Marcelo. And of course, we have to point it out that their coach, Capigui, who was the previous coach of Nitrox Top 10, he's a very aggressive coach. So I was waiting for, at some point, Tropa get this first booyah. And look how MTS could manage to stay alive to the second place, because Furia went down in the third place. But well done to Tropa getting their first booyah this season. A newcomer, right?
The newcomers are here to stay, as they say. They are here to perform well, and they did indeed perform really well to start this second weekend of LBFF. It was amazing to see how well positioned Tropa was since the beginning of the game, right, Carol?
Yes, and if we are talking about position, I was asking myself at some point, where were Furia that have the control center of Brasilia? They went to 2 players very easily, but what was easy for was the game for Tropa with the full squad, Marcelo. Full squad, like you said, they had an amazing position. They were by the hills in the other side of Brasilia, and with the full squad, they get their first booyah with 17 points, 5 points for killing, but in the second place, starting good as well. SS Sports, Netshoes Miners, they went down not in the third place, of course, they went down in the fourth place with 5 points for killing and 12 for the position. And before we start,
all 5 points by Natividade.
And I'm pretty much sure it was by grenades as well, because we know that Natividade is a really good player with the grenades. And before we put expectations on before, Them, they had 3 players, only 3 players, because we saw that one went back to the lobby by the hands of Real Team. And Furia, 5th place, 3rd place position, but points of the place, and Fluxo Team in 6th place, Marcelo.
As we see, Loud, Metagaming, Amazon Crypt, XD, Granis, and Real. That was a pretty balanced drop, right, Carol?
Yes.
We had the team with the Booyah finishing off with 17 points. That's only 5 kills for them. And 3 teams with 12 points, a team with 11, 2 teams with 8. So it was kind of a balanced map, right?
Yes, exactly. Not a huge amount of points for the Booyah, like you said. So very well balanced. And that was something you already expected, because the match didn't take lots of battles. We didn't saw a lot of actions happening. The players really took the game to the late stages of the game, to the last safe zones, and we couldn't expect much kills when there is not much players alive. But still, good start this weekend. A low start, but we are getting there.
We're getting there, but we have to get as well to the standings for you guys to see what this match did to the standings. We had before climbing up positions and going for the 4th place. Loud and Fluxo still tied. Both of them had 8 points throughout this match. They started the day with 71. Now both with 79, going for the 6th and the 7th place. Tropa going to the 9th position and getting closer to Fluxo and Loud. We see Furia breathing a little bit with those 11 points, leading them from the 2nd to last position to the 15th position, and now they have some room to breathe over there. And the only team that lost positions and played in this map was XD. They seemed to be well for the fight, but then Amazon Crypts got them by their sides, and that messed up the fight against Loud, right?
And that's due because their long time they took to get inside of the safe zone, Marcelo. We have discussed that so much last season, that for you to get at least a good position by the late stages of the game, you have to be in the center of the safe zone, or at least inside of the safe zone, where you can get top 5 positions. But well said, meta game, and before, lots of expectations on their teams today. Metagame that reached the 100 points mark, and before that, getting in there, they finish among with the top 5 this first match. And Fluxo Team and Loud, the only different points is for the kills, but Booyahs and points in general, they are tied.
And that shows that Fluxo is being constant in their positioning on the end of the games, on the late stages, getting to the best positions and not having to go for that many kills as Loud is going. We're watching such an aggressive game by Loud. On last season we did it, and now we're watching it again. They're kind of going for it, right?
Yes, they are going for it. Like I said, that was a slow start, a slow game, and a slow start as well to Esports, that even though it started in the they started in the 13th position, they are still in there. They started with 41 points behind of Los Grandes. They had 51 points, and right now 1 point difference between these two teams. Esports were one of the best teams last season, Marcelo, having this slow start for them. Last season, we have to point it out as well, they start with Booyahs and have this slow start this season. It seems like they have to fix some stuffs in their game.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm on TikTok.
Are you?
I'm on the FF Sports.
Oh yeah, he is. And stay tuned, because they are going to put a lot of special things, especially dance. So you're going to see Marcelo shaking.
Let's take a break for me to forget the shame that I'm going through right now, and we'll be back in a minute. And now we see Mamute and Gus going over. Nando9 finds the head of Butch on and puts him to the ground. Gus puts Fence and puts Sainomi to the floor as well. MTS with 2 kills. We are back live. The guys are back live. And soon we'll be in the desert of Kalahari just to match the heat that we're feeling today here on the studios, right, Carol?
I like that, Marcelo. We need to match the heat that we are feeling here today, and not better than to head to Kalahari, the hottest map here in Free Fire Brazilian League, especially because it is also the favorite ones by the snipers. But not only of that, the grenades as well, and we are seeing that Natividade was standing over there, and he's one of the best players by grenades, but Cia's already starting the first match.
I love to sound it. Serious!
When you guys see Marcelo doing that was because Cia's killed by the grenades.
Definitely he did it. But you know what else I like to shout?
What?
We're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from flight R3D2 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcelo Fiorentino, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your bars, cause it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Kalahari map. Of course, it took us 1 week to come back to this map, but let's see if in this week we are going to watch the players of Group B and C doing a better performance. And I wanna know, Marcelo, if Amazon Creeps, Fluxo, Team Los Grandes, Nachos, Miners, SS Sports, She's the Team before Fear Allowed, Metagame, Real Sports, and Tropa have the guts to survive in this map.
And I really like the map of Kalahari. You know that it's not a secret to anyone. I really like Kalahari. But a team that showed that they really like Kalahari as well is Metagame. Last season they had a good showing on Kalahari. And throughout 2 drops last week, they scored amazing 33 points in Kalahari. An average of 16.5 points per drop in Kalahari, and they were the 3rd best in the first weekend. However, Team Coda Solid, which was the best, had 4 drops in Kalahari. Vivocade had 4 drops in Kalahari, and they had only 2. But Vivocade scored 34 points, and they scored 33.
Oh, not a big difference, right? But yes, like you said, not only because they were the 30 best team in this specific map, but their players, at least each one of them, have more than 10 kills on their baggage. We talk so much over that in the beginning of our transmission, that Ian, Drax, and Loss are one of the best players for metagame. But in this first match, we couldn't see much of them, right? They started the day with 94 points, and they only got 4 more, reaching the 100 mark. But I got the feeling maybe it is the time for metagame to regroup and go for the Boya.
And we can't forget about Kawe, the 4th player on metagaming, who was their best player throughout last season, right, Carol? Even on the finals and the last seasons of the regular season, the last weeks of the regular season, he was the player that got the highlight on this metagaming squad. And this season, it seems that they sent Kawe to a more supportive role, and they are leaving the kills for the other players, right?
Like I said, Kawe was among one of the best players last season as the support, right? He was with the support, and we saw that last season was definitely the season for the support guys. Nando9 doing his debuting this season. We saw a lot of stuff coming from Chronos, Mem God, and also Kawe. But this season, it seems like we start a little different. Each season we see a different meta game, right?
Once again, the players from Los Grandes engaging against Amazon Creeps, and we gotta say, Carol, if we go for the average of points for each team throughout the maps that they played in Kalahari, I'll bring the statistics right after this fight, because Metagaming is going after Amazon Creeps. Let's see if the newcomers will hold on to the sensation of the season. And Yan sent a grenade for Salis to hold on to it, and another grenade to try to bring down the players from Amazon Creeps. We have Drax rotating. He's going after the players from the newcomers in this season. Lots gets 2 players down with the Vector. Amazing job by Lost. Now they're rotating. They're trying to find Master. He's hiding behind the ice, and he will not be able to hold on to it. Ian is going for the last player from Amazon Creeps, and DG is down, and Metagame guarantees 4 points. And Carol, as I was going to say, if we put the teams with the equal amount of maps played, if we put the teams on and we rank them by the average of points that they score in each map, Metagaming is the best team in Kalahari. The second one is Fluxo, the third one is Loud, and the fourth is Los Grandes. So this group, those 2 groups are indeed the best groups in Kalahari.
In Kalahari, and we are watching them all together here today. How good is that for us to see the real tea, the real truth? But if we are talking about the performance of each team that are playing today in Kalahari, we have to point it out that Naturals Miners, known as the Kala Miners, they have 5 booyahs in Kalahari of last season. So we gotta keep an eye on Naturals Miners as well, because in the first match of today we already saw lots of kills coming from Natividade, and the whole team seems a little bit better this season, right?
It seems to be indeed, and we still haven't had the debut of Peusada. We know that he was acquired by Netshoes Miners, and he is a player of that squad. We're waiting for the debut of Peusada. He will be such an impactful player for this lineup that it makes me eager to see how Netshoes Miners will work with the new Peutiva duo.
Peutiva, the new duo.
The new duo.
They seem very good, more stronger, even though Peusada haven't play much matches this season, but they look very strong and promise us great stuff. But who is promising over here? It is the fight of Loud and SS Sports. SS Sports, it's for sure trying to run away of that. They are really worried today of positions, as we saw that they took the game in Purgatory to the late safe zones. Even though they were in the second place, they didn't get a huge amount of points, but they are trying to keep it up to climb a little bit up in our table.
And we've seen that Kawan took down one of the players from SS Sports, but it seemed to me that SS was too far away for Loud to engage into this fight and capitalize on that takedown from Kawan. But who is probably going to capitalize on the rotation from SS Sports is Metagaming once again, Carol.
And they are quiet so far. They watch a couple shots going on between SS Sports and Loud, and they are still quiet. They already got points over a squad wipe of Amazon Creeps. Unfortunately, Amazon Creeps couldn't fit in yet this season. Them that came for of the access group of Serie B, but they couldn't fit in yet. They couldn't connect, because we know that there is different game styles between Serie A and Serie B, and that's okay. It takes you a couple of time to adapt to yourself.
Let's see how Metagaming will go for this fight against SS Sports. They're kind of washing SS Sports away, telling them don't come through here because you'll have some problems. And now they're rotating to prepare another ambush against SS Sports. That's the reading that I get. However, they will be ambushed by Netshoes Miners. We have this fight probably going on right now. We see Kawe finding an amazing shot on Nativa, and it forces Natividade to use the ice and rethink their strategy. Yan puts Natividade to the floor with a nice grenade. Once again, Metagaming trying to rush onto the players of Netshoes Miners. Good use of ice to protect himself from the players from Netshoes Miners, but lost and Drax put Field and Rick to the ground. Now there's only one player to fight for Metagaming, but Lost got to the floor because SS Esports came for the fight as well. They guarantee 7 points, 4 kills already. Metagaming clearing the map and putting 2 teams already. One back to the lobby and one with only one player remaining. That was Broilu, who went running to save the Kala Miners, the Netshoes Miners, because they were in deep trouble. Natividade fell to the grenade, and then a quick action put the other 2 players down. And now SS Esports, who were trying to engage against Metagaming, could not get to the fight, and now they'll try to run after Metagaming, and they might be ambushed once again.
In Metagaming, what they are doing this season here, it's absurd. They are a very strong team. But SS Sports, who run away from Loud and Metagame as well, right now seems like they will engage against Metagame and will be very hard because they are out of the safe zone. The gas will come for them, Marcelo.
The gas will come for them and the bullets will come for them because MTX is already on the floor. A good shot by Yan puts him down. And now Metagaming have the better positioning to fight in this team fight. We have Drax well positioned. We have Yan, Kawe, all of them with sniper rifles. For that fight, we see SS Esports taking damage from the gas, and now they seem to be rotating. They do not want to engage into this fight face to face. They're trying to flank the Metagaming squad, and we see that the safe zone will close to the best spot of the map to Refinery. Well, before once again is there, Carol.
Before, of course, before once again is there. There is their favorite spot, but I just wanted to say that Fury team, who is also one of the best teams of Kalahari that we know in the LBFF history, they are the only team that got 33 points in this specifically map. It's not having a good debut this season, but they are in a okay position right now. But what I'm about to say of position, it is Tropa, who is rotating around the map out of the safe zone, trying to get inside of the safe zone right now. Will be very hard for them because we already have the players setting their spot inside of the safe zone, and they will be their the door holders, like you like to say.
They will be indeed the door holders, and who will be holding the doors of pain for XD? Were the players from Real, as we see, as well as SC Sports engaging against Furia, and Metagaming going after the players from Los Grandes. Los Grandes was inside of the command post, and they rotated, but they did not see that Metagaming was coming after them, and that might lead to an advantage from Metagaming. But now Gus got the information.
Oh my God.
The grenades are coming in, and Gus puts Kawenya down! Amazing grenade by Gus! He confirms the kill on Kawe, sending him directly to the lobby, and now Hafax will do the front line and go after Drax. He puts Drax to the floor. Gus guarantees one more kill. There's only one multi to fight for Los Angeles. He brought back MVR. MVR is also on the fight, but now he's on the floor. Now Gus tries to hold on. Lost is inside of the ice, and he has the better sights, but Gus used the chronos wisely over there and saved Los Grandes, wiping out Metagaming, who got 7 points for kills, now 9 points for kills, but they will not get points for positioning, Carol.
Yes, unfortunately, they went back to the lobby in the 11th position, where we know that no points by positioning at all, and they were looking very strong. But when you take a lot of time to get inside of the safe zone, they hold so much time that they couldn't get inside of that Los Grandes, even though Los Grandes did the exactly right game. They wait for Metagame to do the approach, and Gus, with all his intelligence, got the first grenade.
Broilo got one more kill for the Netshoes Minor squad, but he was killed and he is down and out. Now she's there. It seems that she's there took too much to leave the gas, and they were helped by Hal to get killed. So she's there, goes down, and Cias is making it rain. He got 3 kills on the players from Loud with the grenades. He's going after the point. Los Grandes is back on the lobby. And now, before going down from the refinery, trying to find their best position is Lobato with the grenade launcher, puts 2 players down, but Fawn finds the headshot with the AWM. Fak goes for a ghost and gets the kill. One more kill from Fak, and now CS puts Boli into the ground. Fak puts Vanguard as well, and Furia will be wiped out by the Fluxo squad. As CS was sent to the floor, but he will be helped by his teammates. Jubinha is coming after them. SS Esports is coming for this fight as well, before losing some important players in this matchup. Iago was left all on the open, and he will have to be helped, but he will not be able to be helped because he's too far away from his teammates. Fluxo is using the refinery as a shield, and before is on top of the refinery, and they will have to go down because the safe zone is closing in, and this safe zone is hurting like a train. As we see Godkill positioning himself as well to try to get the kills. CS once again with the grenades, trying to find the players from SS Esports. Jubin is still flanking, still playing from far away. Now they have 1 player down in CS. 2, and maybe Flux will get sandwiched between the 2 teams. CS and Fak are on the ground, but Godkill gets the kill. Juan puts Butch onto the ground and gets the kill on Butch 1 as well. Before might save Fluxo with those kills. CS going for the grenades, and he puts Juan to the ground. CS with the grenade once again. He's going for the kill. There's only Jubinha to play for SS Esports. He's trying to hold on. He sends Godkill back to the lobby, and it's Booyah! Fluxo!
Look at the crowd of MVP.
CS is the MVP, my man. You gotta respect the MVP. What a game from CS! What a game from Fak, from Japa BKR, and from Godkill! The Booyah goes to Fluxo. Once again, one of the best teams in Kalahari last season. Brings it back to the season, Carol.
Wow, Marcelo, 10 kills by the end of this map for the 12 points for position of the Booyah and 22 points in the baggage of Fluxo team. That will definitely have an amazing points to climb up in our table. That was a great Booyah, but we had by the end of the end of the game. Marcelo really liked to do that Booyah thing. But by the end of the game, we had strong teams. We had SS Sports, and we also had Fluxo team, and that were great to watch this last match and see that, especially SS Sports, they did the exact game, and I would do the same if I were playing. They separated the last 2 players, and who would gone first? He went gone by the hands of before, but the last player alive managed to get the second position would help them, of course, but before got the point for the second position.
Before got the points for the second position, 14 points for them. SS Sports getting 12, but with a nice job by Jubinha keeping them alive.
Yes.
To get the 9 points for positioning, but an amazing game by Flux with 10 kills, 5 on the hands of CS. Metagaming, even though they didn't get points for positioning, they were in the first half of the table. 9 points for kills for Metagaming. Los Grandes also nice job with 9 points. Real finally getting some good points with 10 points. And Lost getting 5 kills as well. 2 players sharing the MVP for this map, as we see Furia with 7 points. Good 7 points for them. Tropa with only points for positioning because they tried to rotate, as you said, too much. Took it too long for them to get to the center of the safe zone, and it cost them a lot. Loud, who showed us that they could be a dangerous team in Kalahari, only 3 points. She's there with a bad rotation, 3 points, and then she was minus 2 points. Shame for Amazon Creeps, no points once again.
Yes, even though they had a fresh start in Purgatory, getting few kills was not yet the time for them to connect with their game. Like I said, the difference between Serie A and Serie B are hitting them, and they are feeling so much the pressure. But let's see in our next map, Bermuda, who is the most known one by the players, will give them more easy time to, start again.
And let's see how this impacts our standings. Coming up on the screen for you guys, as Fluxo reaches the 4th position, they break the 100 points mark.
Wow.
And go on top of B4 with those 2 booyahs being the criteria for the tiebreaker. Fluxo is now on the 4th position. Tropa is in the 6th position. Good day by Tropa.
Nice.
Getting to the 6th position. Loud is in the 8th position. SS Sports getting some good points and going to the 12th position. And Real Sports leaving Amazon Creeps behind, Carol.
And it is amazing to see this picture over here right now. That Tropa that is standing right now in the 6th position started the day in the 11th place. And also Fluxo team in the 9th place. Once again, going for the top 3 right now in the 4th place. But they reached the mark of 100 points, leaving the tied points of Loud behind. And they are looking very strong, very good. We saw that this team last season worked very good, even though Nobru is not playing here today yet. They are looking very strong for sure, Marcelo, and I'm pretty much sure we are going to watch a lot more things happening, especially because Fluxo team in the 4th season where they were champions, they were the best team in Bermuda. Even though they are being the best team in Kalahari last season, in the 4th season they were in Bermuda. So we can wait great things coming from this team.
We can definitely wait some great things coming from Fluxo, even because Cias seemed
what he's doing
to be back as he finished Season 5, right?
I am very excited to see our MVP list because I'm pretty much sure Cias, sooner or later, he will appear in there. So let's check this out right now because we start the day with R7 in the 1st, followed by Victor 7, Vichin, Lost of Metagame, Iago of Before, and General of Vivo Kid. We still have the kind of the same picture of the scenario, only Lost 21 changed his position over here. But if we had the whole list, I'm pretty much sure we would see Cia's name showing up.
And Lost got 5 kills in this last match, so it's incredible to see what Metagaming is doing. Even though they're sharing their kills like madmen, they are doing their job individually as well. And it's important for us to say that if you guess Lost 21 on your FF squad, you're good to go, right?
Yes, of course. You are definitely excellent, good to go. And Marcelo, I just wanted to point out one thing. Even though we like to see Cias as the MVP, I am enjoying so much to see the new faces over here in the MVP list. Of course, we know that each one of these players, they practice and dedicated themselves as all of them, right? All of them have the same dedication to practice every single day. And see that we are watching R7, Victor 7, Vichin, who are debuting last season and right now in the top 3 of our MVP, our kill leaders. It is amazing, right? We are seeing how much Free Fire increase each season.
Yeah, indeed. We have such good renovation of players, such good rotation of the players on top, that it gets amazing. But you know what else gets amazing?
What?
Hydrating. We have 1 minute and we'll be right back after doing some hydration. And now we see the control post zone getting disputed between SS Sports and Team Corasol. Vitin puts 2 players down with the grenade, but Pão and Alok now on the floor. Quali will be the one helping his teammates, but Muchon is also on the floor. Vitin XP, who also got 2 casualties with the grenade, now going over, but MTS with the grenade puts Pão down and Alok back on the lobby, but Quali is going over, and the double kill by Quali to send SS Sports back to the lobby. We are back live, and I'm eager to see one of the most beloved maps, probably the most beloved map in the whole rotation. We are going to Bermuda, and Carol, we have some good teams playing in Bermuda, but we gotta say, the best teams in points in Bermuda throughout the season are before in metagaming, and they only play 2 drops. They have the most points, and what makes them obviously ahead in the average of points per map, before with 41 points in 2 drops in Bermuda, and metagaming with 39. That's incredible averages for both teams, right?
Yes, exactly. That metagame got their last booyah last weekend in Bermuda map. But also, if you were talking about before and metagame, they are also with the quickest kills in Bermuda map. So let's wait and see if they will come with their guns loaded for this next map, Marcelo.
You want to see the next map?
Of course.
So get ready, because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Let's hit the skies?
Yes, let's hit the skies.
So we are already in the skies. It's time to drop control. We have the teams spread throughout the whole map, and we see that we will have some trouble in Sentosa.
Yeah, the island of Sentosa, which is a huge island with a lot of loot, probably you can share with both with the 2 teams, but it seems like Netshoes Miners and Amazon Crips will have this early engagement, which it probably cannot be really that good for Amazon Crips, Marcelo.
Let's see how they will fare off. We know that Netshoes Miners is a team that do not want to fight in the early stages of the match. Let's see how they will fare off. If Amazon Crips will get the chance to get some points, or if Netshoes Miners will change their strategy. We see that Amazon Crips had a change. Vinhal coming in to the place of Salles. They're trying to find their best squad, and now GL is on the floor, and Atividade got the kill with the plasma gun, and he gets the first blood for Netshoes Miners.
Wow.
But Master is bringing it back. Field puts Master to a halt because he was destroying the players from Netshoes Miners. GG helping and putting Hick to the floor. Now Field and Atividade have to fight against the whole Amazon Crips squad, and GG came to play. He puts Field to the floor, and only Natividade to fight. Now might be the time for Amazon Crips. They guarantee one more kill, putting Field to the floor. Broy was the first one eliminated. We see Field on the floor, Natividade trying to rotate, trying to keep the Netshoes Miners alive. But Vinhal has his sights on Nativa, and he finds the shot and takes damage on Nativa. It's getting tough for Nativa to run. GG going after him. He's using the sword, the katana sword, to go after him, but nice job by Natividade putting Master down. GG gets the kill, and Natividade finishes off Master. GG is going for him, but the Chrono is protecting Natividade. He tries to run. He goes for the inside of the house. He's trying to get the last players from the Amazon Crips squad, and that will not be able to. Amazon Crips getting 4 points and sending Netshoes Miners to the lobby, but at the cost of 2 of their players, Carol.
Good start for Amazon Crips that have this disputing over Sentosa drop call. Netshoes Miners, who are veterans around here, losing this fight against Amazon Crips. They are having actually, I was a little bit worried for Amazon Crips, but they are proving us wrong. But explains a little bit because they drop off of the airplane in the front of Netshoes Miners. So they went to Sentosa. They could land in Sentosa first of Netshoes Miners, which give them a little bit more of advantage to get the center of Sentosa, where they have the best guns. Even though Netshoes Miners went back to the lobby, they got a few points for killing. So it's not that they went back with the 0 points. But look, Marcelo, sadly, Devzada, it's off, being replaced for this and kill. That is the first time he's playing this season.
And I'm kind of mad because Devzada is on my squad, on FF squad. And I'm kind of mad with that.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I'm mad. I really wanted her to stay for the whole day because I wanted her to get some more kills and to get me some more points in my FF squad.
And I tell you what, just wake up me when September ends, because I don't want to be watching a game where Zata is not playing because she's in my FF squad.
We always want our FF squad to thrive.
That's
and
right. But the game needs to go on.
The game needs to go on indeed, as we see the players from Furia trying to rotate, and they will have to deal with Real and B4, who are once again close to each other. Carol, this rivalry is getting kinda
it never
tough.
ends. Yeah, they can't get enough of this fight, and I can't get enough as well, because right now, if Furia team be also if Real team knows that Furia team and before are about to engage, they will probably come to join the party and get few kills as well. But I tell you what, that before have the knowledge of the ground in Clock Tower, it is a call they really go, but Furia team can come to change their game.
Let's see how this will happen, because Furia is indeed trying to go for the Clock Tower, to go for the B4 squad, and they got the first player down. Furia lost one player, the grenades are coming in from Prozin. He tries to find the better positioning, and he gets Iago to the floor. Iago will have to be helped by his teammates, and Gustav shows up to put Lobato down. Now Juan is trying to rotate, trying to find a good position, because he was poorly positioned for this fight. Gustav finishes off Lobato, and now before lost a player, we've seen they do good with one less player, and now Memgat falls to the trap of Prozin. He will be helped by Bolin over there, and it gives time for Iago to recover himself, and it gives time for Real to come for this fight as well. Now Bielgod has to worry about the players coming from behind. Iago puts Memgat to the floor, and Furia got split in between those two fights, between Real and between B4, and that's put them in an awful position to fight it, and they lost important players in this matchup. Iago puts Gusta down, Juan puts Bolin. Now there's only Memgad to fight for Furia. Memgad finds Iago with the max 7, and he finishes off Juan. Now it's Prozin versus Memgad. The two players face to face. Memgad probably can save his teammates. Let's see if he will finish the whole squad from before, as he brings it in, and Furia now has 3 players to fight. Good job by Memgad, and now they will have to deal with Real.
Yes, like I said, Real would have heard the shots against between the fight of before and Furia, and will come to join the party, and they have number advantage ahead of Furia.
Let's see if Fon can do the difference. He puts Bolin to the floor with the help of Tatui. Tatui was the one who got the shots, and now he's going for the kills. Tatui rotating. He knows that Memgad and Gusta are trying to run away. Gusta took a lot of damage by a nice shot by Fon. And now Prozin puts Gusta down. Prozin puts Memgad down. And B4 brings it back with the help of Real. The rivals got together to eliminate Furia, Carol.
Oh, well. Furia team, they are not doing so good this season, Marcelo. They are with a new team built up, only remaining Bielgod and Memgod, of course. Bielgod that didn't play this first match. Sorry, he played the first match, but they cannot fit in their game yet. It seems like they are having a lot of troubles. I mean, so far, things seem to be very balanced this season, right? We already had ups and downs of teams with big name, and I'm talking about Furia team that they couldn't fit in their best game yet, and it is happening over and over again. We are not seeing them to get positions in our top 5 at least. But I'm pretty much sure we are going at some point see them fixing their mistakes, because there is a long way to come throughout this whole season, and it is good to see the aggressive approach they are doing. I don't think it is the game style of their coach Altman, because last season they were more worried about positions than the aggressive game style. But this season, they are trying to change their game a little bit.
And let's see how this will happen. But on the second rotation of the day, as we're going back to Purgatory after this map in Bermuda, and Purgatory is historically not that good of a map for Furia, right, Carol?
Yes, it is definitely not the favorite one. But Rio, that came from Hidden Village to the rotation of Clock Tower, it is hanging a good position right now. They finally are still alive. They also are having troubles to connect their best game here this season, which we know they are a new team. There's players, these are specifically players, they play only the couple matches last season for Santos, and right now they are building up with a new team. But in the top of pick, we have Fluxo team. SS Sports will probably can do a dangerous rotation. So let's take a look. Yeah, sing it, Marcelo.
I love Michael Jackson. I got to say it's dangerous. But we see that SS Sports might be in a bad position, as you pointed out, Carol. But Amazon Crips is also in a bad position. They're coming from Sentosa. We've seen them fight against the Netshoes Miners to begin this map, but now they have to rotate as soon as possible because their way is taken by Tropa, by Fluxo, and by SS Sports. So this might be a bad position, and XD, XD is also there. But now Japa BKR is on the floor. Tropa trying to find a good shot, and Giga put Japa BKR to the floor. But he will be brought back by its teammates. We are watching the players from Fluxo trying to get to the better position to find the shots on Tropa, and Cias trying to do his grenade magic, but now he has to retreat because the ice was broken, and he has to find some shelter for himself to restart this engagement against the players from Tropa. Nice defense by Tropa, forcing Fluxo to retreat, Carol.
Yes, and as we can see how many med kits and ice walls and grenades the players have, I think right now the best decision Fluxo team did was to retrieve, because we know we are in the early stages of the game where if you go back to the lobby you don't get many points for positioning. So the best game they did right now was to retrieve, to trying to connect their game in the by the end of the game, of course. And the safe zone is in the favor of Bima's Extremes, and also Clock Tower, and the teams they are well positioned in that probably will be led by in the late stage of the game.
And we saw that before had to give way of the Clock Tower because they were left with only one player for the fight. Furia lost their spot on the Clock Tower because of the engagement from Real, and after all that fights, it seems that Real will have a good position, as we see Fluxo having some trouble because SS Sports is on their way. There was an SS Sports on your way, Fluxo, and now we will have to deal with it. Cias taking damage from the grenade. He used the chrono to not get that damage, but now he will have to use his grenades, and MTS was locked inside of the ice with the grenade. Japa BKR has the grenade launcher. He can try to get some damage, and he gets the help by Cias to put Buton on the floor. Now the grenades are coming in. Japa BKR is in a dangerous position. He's going for the kills, and he puts MTS to the floor. He finishes him off, and now SS Sports is in an awful position because they lost 3 players. Now there's only Phoenix to fight for them, and Godkill gets the kill. Fluxo puts 4 players down, and they get the whole squad wipe on the players from SS Sports, but now we have to deal immediately after that with Los Grandes. Gus puts Cias on the floor, but XD may save the players from Fluxo. Godkill and Cias are on the floor, and Godkill will be finished off by Mamute. Cias still crawling for his life, as the players from Los Grandes are having to deal as well with the players from XD. DZN gets the kill on MVR, sends him back to the lobby, and now Los Grandes has 3 players to fight. Gus finishes off Cias, but he will be finished off by the grenade of CS. Oh my God, CS, you're killing with the grenade even though you're back on the lobby. Now Rafa X goes to the floor as well, and Fuck is trying to save Fluxo. Him and Japa BK are the only ones alive, and only Fuck is standing. Japa BK will be killed by the safe zone, and now it's Fuck against Mamute. Mano in mano. Now Fuck is going for Mamute with the double vector. Mamute rotates inside of the house, tries to find the shots.
Wow.
But Fuck will finish him off, and Los Grandes is back on the lobby. Fluxo with 7 kills. Now we'll count on Fuck to get the points for positioning, Carol.
Yes, what a great approach of Fluxo team over SS Sports, and Los Grandes came right after, and they couldn't keep it up with the game of Fluxo team as well, Marcelo. And they went back. They are down to FAC right now, but they are looking very strong with a lot of kills.
7 points for kills for Fluxo right now. They will be at least in the 8th position or so. They will guarantee at least 3 more points. So more than 10 points from Fluxo we will have in this map, as we see Kawe going for the players from XD. Luignet is the first one down. Angelo also down because of the safe zone. It's difficult for Angelo to get help, but Fak is engaging into this fight against DZN kill. We see Metagaming also being engaged by the players from Tropa. Moreira was sent to the floor, and now Kiled tries to find the grenades. But there are grenades coming for him as well, and he sends Drax to the floor. DZN could not find a good spot to open up to get to the center of the safe zone, and now Kiled is trying to use the grenades to find out the shots, while Spiel goes for Ian. He gets the kill, but VM7 and Autobot puts Loud to the floor, and now it's a side fight, and look at Spiel! Look at Spiel getting the 2 kills! Giga uses the side, and Metagaming is back on the lobby. Amazing job by the players from Tropa. What an amazing showing by them today, Carol.
Yes, Tropa, they got their first booyah here in this first start of the day here. They are looking very strong as well. They are prioritizing positions, but it seems like right now, Marcelo, they are going for the kills. They went all the way to the other side of the unsafe zone to get few kills, and who knows, getting the best position by the late phase of the game.
And now we see Real trying to control the entrance of the safe zone, dealing with Amazon Creeps right now, who are still alive in the top 5. And now Vinhal is down and will have to be helped by its teammates. Prozin dealing with the players from Tropa, putting 2 of them down with a nice grenade, and now he is healing. But he will not last enough. He will be taken by Kiled. And Tropa lost one of their players. It was Gigo Fluxo finally down in the 4th position. Fak holding on to the 4th position. Amazing job by Fak, getting Fluxo to an incredible 14 points.
Yes. There was a lot of teams in front of them that could have killed him sooner, but
finally Amazon Creeps go down. And Real has to deal only with 2 more players. They have 4 still alive now. Tropa has only 1 player to try to fight this. And Real, with their positioning, getting the total advantage to finish off this match. Kiled puts down Phone, and he will try to guarantee the points for the kill, but he knows that he's in an awful position to try to finish off this match. And Autobot will do it. A nice headshot, and it's... Oh, yeah! Intelligent by the guys from Real. Worked from their positioning after they won a good fight against Furia. And that set the tone for their whole game. Getting the kills and getting the center of the safe zone, working against each player from Tropa by themselves. And Autobot put him to sleep and guaranteed the booyah for Real, Carol.
finally Real doing their first booyah here, getting their first booyah, feeling a little bit more ready to play here in the season 6 Serie A. So great stuff coming from Real, the team that started the day in the bottom of our table. Right now they will going ahead in a few steps of our standings, and I'm pretty much sure they will get more confidence to get throughout this whole season, Marcelo. But we actually have to talk about Tropa Gaming. What they did right now was amazing, and once again I have to pointed out about their coach, that it is Capigui, who was the coach for Nitrox Top 10, and we watched aggressive stuff coming last season of Nitrox Top 10, and would be no different for Tropa right now. But Tropa is starting worrying about position, and right now they were readier to go for the kills, and they got kills, they got the position, and they are looking very strong. Not as strong as Fluxo team, Marcelo.
Fluxo with Fak doing an amazing job playing hide and seek inside of the gas and holding on to the 4th position and getting 14 points for them. Amazon Grips also an amazing job, 12 points for them. Finally, Amazon Grips with a good performance here, but still XD seems not to be ready for the season yet. As we see the Netshoes Miners having trouble, and Loud not having a good day as well today. Los Grandes, Furia, SS Esports. What's going on with Furia?
Yes.
What's going on with Furia?
What's going on?
Because it seems that they're doing the Green Day strategy, right? Wake me up when September ends.
Exactly. Maybe September is not the best month of them, but like I said, they only remaining from the previous squad with BL God and Mem God, and they cannot do it by themselves right now. They are trying new players, Bolin, they are trying Gusta and Hachin, but they couldn't yet connect their game. But what was funny about our bottom teams was that Netshoes Miners, they went back to the lobby in the 12th position. But SS Sports, they went back in the 10th position, so they only got 1.4 position, but
no kills.
No kills. And Netshoes Miners, because they got points for killing, they were ahead of SS Sports. It still was a confused match in Bermuda.
Messed up match, a messy match.
Yeah, it was a messy match, but still we got, fortunately, the first booyah of Rio Sports, and they were in of it.
And let's check out how our standings will show up on the screen for you guys to understand what happened to our standings. Flux to the 3rd position and tying up with Metagaming.
Wow, Marcelo.
Before coming with them in the 4th position, Team Coda Solid descent to the 5th position, and now they're threatened by Tropa. Tropa is coming with blood on their eyes, and it's possible that we will have some changes on the top of the table today, and we will finally know which teams will be indeed the best ones with 12 maps played. This is the picture. This is getting to be the real picture of what's this season, right?
Yes, exactly. And if you are talking good and bad ones, we have to say the performance of XD today is not very good. They started in the 15th position, and right now they are down to the 17th position. They engage in early fights. Some of them they won, some of them they lose, they get damaged by the number of the players, but it's not working for them at all today. And Rio Sports, they're starting the bottom, Marcelo. They climb all the way to the 14th position, trying to get among the 12 teams. And in the good side, of course, the Tropa team and Fluxo team that managed to go to the top 3. I said before the Bermuda match started, I said that Fluxo team will come to contest the top 3 position. So they are looking very strong, very good, and probably we are going to watch them in the highlights of the day.
And Carol, we're talking about XD that dropped 2 positions after the start of the day. Their way of engaging into fights is kind of messy. They are always engaging into a fight without looking at their surroundings.
Yes.
Lots of times they get caught by their sides with no sight of the teams that are coming after them. It seems that they always fight in the open. They're never inside of a building. What's going on over there?
Yes, I couldn't agree more with you. They are having a messy performance. It is a game style that comes from them, of course, but like you said, it is truth. Like when you play in the out open, you have to be aware of what is surrounding you. You know, we know there is teams that like to have the opportunity to engage into both teams fights, so they have to be aware of that. They need to be aware of covers and have enough ice walls to protect themselves, but it seems like something is missing for them, and let's see if they can fix their mistake for the next 3 matches.
Their worst mistake was taking them out of the lineup. We need her back because she's in my FF squad. But Carol, it's time for us to get to the best part of the weekend.
What is that?
Are you Free Fire?
I am Free Fire.
I am Free Fire as well, so let's check out I am Free Fire.
Sou Baiano TV, criador de conteúdo e sou Free Fire. Capa com doses! Respeita, amigos! A primeira vez que eu joguei foi na escola, né? Aí joguei com meus amigos, aí comecei a pegar gosto pelo jogo, comecei a jogar, viciado o dia todinho. Coloquei pra gravar um dia o vídeo, tava tretando com um cara, aí apareceu um cara costa, me matou, eu fiquei peidado, eu tava gravando o dia, aí falei um bocado de coisa. Aí foi até no dia que foi a primeira fala minha que saiu, que a galera gosta até hoje, que foi os caras que mata costa, eu chamo de demônio azelelê, né?
Eu vou morrer não, em nome do senhor, relaxa. Meu Deus! Ah não, doido, demônio azelelê.
O vídeo bombou lá no Facebook. Aí foi da onde que eu comecei, fiz a minha página do Face. Aí da página eu postava vídeo na página, compartilhava nos grupos de Facebook e começou a dar bom e nós estamos aí até hoje, né?
Já foi, matei a surtadinha. Primeiros abate com o influenciador da Garena. Respeitar. Primeiros abate com o influenciador da Garena.
Antes do jogo, eu trabalhei por um período de garçom. Aí depois fui trabalhar, de gandula, de tênis, bolinha de tênis que os cabelos jogam, né? Aí depois comecei a caçar latim tudo lá perto de casa, porque realmente como tava difícil mesmo as coisas, nós recebia R$500 e pouco, minha mãe recebia do salário dela, só que ela teve que fazer um empréstimo para ajeitar a casa, né, lá, porque realmente tava muito ruim a casa, aí teve que fazer um empréstimo, aí do empréstimo tirou 300, nós ficamos recebendo só 300, até quando eu comecei a ganhar dinheiro no Free Fire, ela desconfiava, né? Não acreditava, porque não era a realidade. Comecei a comprar as coisinhas lá de casa, né? Eu lembro até hoje da primeira coisa que eu comprei foi uma televisão de 32 polegadas, né? Que lá tinha uma de 14, aquelas de tubo. E graças a Deus aí foi só aumentando. Hoje em dia tem uma condição bem melhor do terreninho, né? Pra fazer a casa e tudo. Ela não acreditou de primeira, realmente, né? Não acreditou. Aí depois que eu mostrei, né, tudo direitinho o terreno, ela ficou bastante feliz. Ela bem se chorou de felicidade, graças a Deus. Graças a Deus eu realizei um sonho meu que foi pessoal, que era de ter um husky siberiano, um cachorro, né? Recado que eu dou, você que tá em casa aí, que tem um sonho de viver de Free Fire, nunca desista dos seus sonhos, foco, persista, que Deus com certeza vai te ajudar mais na frente, você vai realizar seus sonhos, só foca no seu trabalho, que eu garanto que Deus vai te ajudar futuramente.
Yeah, that's possible. That's true.
Let's see how Cauê finds those shots he put that got to the ground, and now they will go after Vivocade. Lost already, put Modestia down, and already put Modestia back to the lobby. Now Ian uses the grenade and tries to find the shots on Nando 9 that got in General, and the players from Vivocade defend themselves inside of the hangar. They try to support each other, but it seems that Lost got to isolate General over there. They will fight one after one after one. They will go after each player separated, and that's what happens. Nando 9 goes down, and now there's only General to fight for his life. General goes down as well, and Dead God is dead. Meta Gaming with one more squad wipe. What a day for Meta Gaming.
Diz pra minha mãe que eu vou atrás do meu sonho e ele não tá tão distante assim. Lembro das noites perdidas de sono. Acredita, foi o melhor pra mim. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro esquece. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro esquece. A decolagem foi autorizada. Vou quebrar caldo, dominar o território. Com inteligência em qualquer mapa. Kalahari, bermuda, purgatório. Qualquer erro é fatal. Leva ao rebaixamento. Ser pra player na distância. Dedicação 100%. Objetivo é a taça e pulseira. MVP, o brabo da galera. Ser campeão da Liga Brasileira. Presencial, todo mundo na espera. Acredita no sonho, você pode vencer. Um vende a milha, outro era gari. Hoje tão na LB. Não vai faltar empenho, nem paciência. Na persistência, de cá com a essência. Diz pra minha mãe que eu vou atrás do meu sonho e ele não tá tão distante assim. Lembro das noites perdidas de sono. Acredita, foi o melhor pra mim. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da LBFF. Brota na frente que vai pro esquece.
This song is insane, Carol, and I gotta say, I envy a little bit our friends from the Portuguese broadcast to be a part of that clip.
It is stuck in my head, the song. I couldn't stop to listen and to dance, you know, to do all the moves. Because it feels so good to, you know, to vibe with the words of talking about Free Fire. So it is definitely really good, and it fits well with Free Fire Brazilian League.
And it's fun to see those guys as well in the clip of that song, and those guys that are getting ready for the second rotation of maps for today. We have Bermuda, Kalahari, and Purgatory coming. Purgatory, Kalahari, and Bermuda coming up for you guys to watch, and we might have some changes in our list of the top killers of the season. Let's see if anything changed over there, because they're coming in. Sias got to where he belongs.
I said it. I said Sias was so close to join the party with these guys here among the MVP. But it would be so funny if Sias would be stuck until the end of the season and get again the MVP crowd, Marcelo.
That is not impossible. The dude is destroying the season, and we've seen him wearing the crown of the MVP after the match that he killed 5 guys with the grenades. And for this match, he also came with the submachine guns to get the job done as the front line. He did an amazing job, and he led Fluxo to a booyah, and probably, Carol, you gotta say, to finish this day in the top of the rankings.
Yes, of course, especially because he is the big helper to lead Fluxo to the 3rd place right now in our table. So Fluxo is looking very strong, not only because of Sias. I like to say that Sias is helping a lot, but have the whole team together. Japa BKR, he is a god, leading as a captain of the team, you know. Also Fak helping so much in this last match in Bermuda, holding to the 4th position. Even though there were teams fighting ahead of him, he managed to be alive until the late stages of the game. So the whole team of Fluxo team are very strong. They are coming to take the place of Meta Game in the 2nd place of our table. That Meta Game started the day not so good as we expected, but they are going there.
And even if they're playing without probably the most famous player in Brazil for Free Fire,
in the world, because he was the MVP
he
2019.
Was the MVP in 2019, indeed. A world champion. Nobru still not playing the 2nd week in a row that we ain't seen Nobru around the servers. But even though Fluxo is doing an incredible job, and so is Meta Game, we have to talk about those guys as well, because they are tied with Fluxo in the 3rd position, and they are also a team that can finish off the day in the 1st position.
Yes, of course. So I'm putting my hopes really high for Meta Game. I know that Meta Game is a very strong team, but also right now Fluxo team will come to fight over the top 1 with them. It is no, there is lots of possibilities for them in these 3 next matches to take the place out of Bond Hands. Bond Hands will come tomorrow very mad because of that, so will make the matches tomorrow even more interesting to watch. But today we gotta point it out that before Metagame and Fluxer, the team are the real deal, and they will come to contest the top 3.
But one thing that will not be contested is Bond's tight grip on the title of best team in Purgatory. In 4 maps, they got 78 points. That is 19.5 points per map in 4 drops. It's an insane position where Bungie put themselves in Purgatory that led them to the top of the standings, and the team that is best qualified to take it from them is Tropa, who got the Booyah today and can bring it one more time. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Tropa today.
Yes, definitely. I always pointed out about Capgi and how aggressive his game style it is, but this season he seems to take the game a little bit slow, and it's working for Tropa because they are showing up in a lot of times in the top 5, the top 3, getting their first Booyah here this season, looking very strong and ready to go for the next game.
Do you know who else is ready to go for the next game?
What?
Our airplane, because we're cleared to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R3D4 heading straight to Purgatory, this is your captain Marcelo Ferrandini, and by my side my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Purgatory map. Be ready to unbuckle up and get ready for the fights, because Metagame and Fluxo are tied right now. Before, it's 5 points behind them, but Purgatory map, specifically in this map, we are going to decide things. If Metagame will be in the top 1 or Fluxo team, or even before, anything is possible. But what is not possible is for us to stay here and not cheer up the battles that is about to happen. Maybe Rio and before again, who knows?
But maybe Fluxo and Furia. As we see right now, they're getting close, and SS Esports is also getting closer to the central zone of the map. As we see Fak rotating, trying to gather some loot over there, and he's on the open, and he might be surprised by the positioning from Furia. And we know that Central is a place where some fights happen early in the game, right, Carol?
Yes, exactly. And that would be very messed up for Fury team right now. Them that are dropping in positions in our table, they should definitely manage a game where they could be at least getting positions, enough points for positions. So avoid early battles, do your best game, and trying to connect the game where you get points at least for position, if not for kill, because we see that Fury team, even though they engage in good fights where they get points for killing, they go back in the lobby. But who's not back in the lobby? It is Trem Bebê.
He's finally back to play, you Trem Bebê. Looking nice and back on the rotation. Now Netshoes Miners with Natividade, Rick, o Trem Bebê, and Broilo. Broilo, one of the best names in LBFF, we gotta say.
In the FF squad, I'm pretty much sure he was one of the most chosen one in FF squad, Marcelo.
And we see Cebolinha coming in for Rafa X in Los Grandes.
The ex of Nativa.
the former love duo from Natividade, now playing for Los Grandes. We had Cebotiva in Netshoes Miners. Now we have Mamulinha in Los Grandes.
Mamulinha. Or, no, you know what? Okay, MVR, he was the former player.
Or Cebuti.
With Peusa, right?
Yeah.
And it was MVP. And Cebolinha with Atividade Cebotiva. So right now, it is No, MV.
Mamulinha.
Okay, you're gonna stick with Mamulinha, but
Mamulinha is amazing.
No, it is cute. It is cute, Mamulinha. It is cute, but I'm just trying to match like with the X's, you know, MVR pesada.
It's MV-linha.
MV-linha, exactly.
Oh, Ceboar.
But I like Mamulinha.
Mamulinha is amazing.
Mamulinha is cute.
Yeah, Mamulinha and MV Gus.
MV
Mamulinha and MV Gus. Amazing duos in Los Grandes right now.
You know what, Marcelo? I think it is in your guys, like man's head, the how to create this amazing nicknames, because you're just doing your best around here to create.
I just love to create ship names, you know.
What is your ship name with your girlfriend?
It's Camelo.
Camelo.
It's Camila and Marcelo.
Camelo.
It's Camelo.
Camelo. Nice.
Camelo, which means camel in Portuguese. So
it is the love ship for Marcelo and his girlfriend.
It's the love ship for me and my girlfriend Camila. I love you, babe. I miss you. And now we see Cauê on the top of the house looking for the players from the other teams. He knows that Brasília is also crowded, and before is also there. As much as Metagaming tried to take control of Brasília, every time they dropped there, they always had to work on this peace treaty with B4, but they're not only sided by B4. The Amazon Creep squad is getting there. Real is also there, and you know that Real and B4 will always engage. We know that since last season, when we had Santos Real playing in LBFF, now Real had inherited this rivalry against B4, and it seems that Metagaming now is aware of the positioning from the Amazon Grip squad, and we see GL taking shots. He is exposed, and he now has to tell his teammates that, guys, we may have screwed up because they know we're here.
We might have screwed up. But the funny thing about the metagame, it's how they easily get the first bloods in Purgatory, because every single teams try to rotate to Brasília, and they are always in there, so they easily get the first bloods, and maybe can be no different right now against Amazon Creeps. But I will never doubt about Amazon Creeps anymore, because they got a squad wipe over Netshoes Miners, but who's about to get a squad wiper maybe will be B4 or Tropa, who knows? They are getting the approach.
Who are also by their side. We have Juan rotating over there, kind of running from the fight. No, running for the fight is Juan. He's going for the players from Tropa, and he is being sided by his teammates right now. The drone is up, and let's see how Juan will fare off in this fight. Tropa chose to leave the battle, to let the battlefield open for B4 to take the positions, and it seems that they're retreating. However, their retreat might not be that good, because Fluxo is also there, Carol.
And we've seen that the neighborhood of Brasília right now, it is very crowded, which tells me maybe the next safe zone is going to happen in Brasília. And we know that we cannot keep the track in Brasília, because there's so many fights happening and going on that only the best team can survive. And that's the team, the main team of Free Fire. Be the last survivor.
Be the last survivor, indeed. We're talking about a battle royal to see who is the best player, who can survive the most throughout the whole confrontation. As we see Team XD going after Los Grandes, and they will engage into this fight in the open. Once again, XD fighting in the open. And DZN Kill trying to rotate, trying to find a better positioning for this confrontation. But it seems that Los Grandes will have the best positioning. Let's see how XD will fare off in this positioning. Mamute trying to find the shots on Angelo, but now he is being dealt, and now we see Netshoes Miners going after Amazon Creeps and trying to take them down, but Luiginet puts Gus to the floor. Natividade gets a grenade on GL. They're still trying to have the best fight. Master finds the shot with the Balbal, and now Vinhal puts Natividade down with the grenade. Now Broilo and Train having to keep Netshoes might alive. It's not an easy task for them, but they're capable of doing it. And let's see how they will do this right now with all the pressure from Amazon Creeps. She's there is also coming for this fight. We see that Los Grandes now have the positioning near Brasilia, using the rocks over there to get the better positioning. And we see she's there trying to get that position from Los Grandes. Luignet trying the shots. Brenin puts Mamute to the floor. And now she's there, has the advantage in numbers to fight. Brenin is going after the players still standing from Los Grandes. He finishes off Mamute, but MVR brings it back and puts Angelo down. But he is sent down, and nice job by Luignet and the ENG kill. They get the squad wipe against Los Grandes. And now she's there, starts the match with a better fight, and that leads them to better points, Carol.
Yes, exactly. The only difference between the first match in Purgatory is that she's there, learned from their mistakes, and they got an advantage of in the safe zone. Of course, they left fields early. They came to the little house up of Brasilia, where they couldn't find a Real anymore, but the rotation, the old rotation of Los Grandes, so they confront Los Grandes and got the best of the best performance over Los Grandes, a squad wipe. And well, they are very well positioned, even though they are in number disadvantage of the other teams right now. They are down to 3. They still have the opportunity to get a Booyah if they can be safe and sound, of course. But who is definitely safe and sound and out of the safe zone, and out of the safe zone, it is Loud. They are taking a slow game, Marcelo. They are taking a game out of the safe zone right now, and that will be a little bit hard for them to get inside.
Let's see how Drax will fare off against the Netshoes. Miners, they are trying to control their position. And do you know who else is safe and sound?
Who?
Capital Cities. The guys who wrote Safe and Sound. But now we see Japa BKR trying to deal with the players from Fúria coming in from behind. And now Fluxo has to deal with the team that is trying to regroup, trying to recreate the magic that they had 2 seasons ago. Now CS using the sniper rifle to try to get some damage. And Mem got lots of damages on his health. But Biel also got it. Gusta got it. And now they are recovering a little bit, as there's sandwiched between Fluxo and Metagaming, 2 dangerous teams, that 2 teams that are trying to get to the top of the standings, and it's not a good position for them to be, as we see Real also trying to take their position in Brasilia. They are there since the beginning of the match, and B4 is also there. We know that they will face off against each other at some point in this match, and we're just hoping this happens as soon as possible, because I like to see confrontations. Carol.
Yes, I like to see it as well. And the game actually started very quickly, where we are going to the 12 minutes and we already have 2 teams back in the lobby. And talking about Real that we are watching in this exactly moment, they got their first Booyah today in Bermuda map, and they can finally connect their game and going for it.
Let's see how this fight between SS Esports and Loud will happen. We see Noda and Will near the house, rotating through the south side of the house, as SS Esports is unaware of their presence, as they see now, and they are met by Kawan right now with some shots. Now they will have to deal with the grenade from Will, trying to get the players inside of the house, but Phoenix is outside and going after him. He uses the eyes to protect himself. Now Will goes with the double vector. The chrono is used and he puts Phoenix to the floor. Now he has to deal with Jubinha, and he puts Jubinha down. Nice job by Will getting 2 kills. Now he can go after the players from SS Esports. He's rotating, going for the kills, and he gets the quadra kill, the triple kill.
Wow, Marcelo.
Triple kill by Will. What an amazing job with the double vector. The most casted player in FF squad makes it count for its owners. Amazing job by Will, getting 3 kills for Loud and sending SS Esports back to the lobby to think about it. Please don't come after Loud once again. SS Esports will have to do this to you once again.
And that's why he is most casted one, because he proven us that he's also the best one with a double vector, getting the triple kill. That was amazing. I was actually unsure who would get the first kill or as Esports or Loud, because of both of their players were standing with the double vector, but we have watched this stuff coming from Will, and he's definitely one of the best players that we have in LBFF history. Loud looking very strong right now. I was kind of sure that the game would be taken to Brasilia. There were so crowd of people, but right now Loud got the best position. Them that were doing an unsafe game out of the safe zone, and right now with the best position in the map in favor of the Booyah. But the Booyah only happens when it happens.
It only happens when it happens, as you said. And once again, Metagaming dealing with Netshoes Miners from the top down, using the advantage of the hills to try to fight against the Netshoes Miners, but now they have to deal as well with Fluxo. As we see Cias and Fak, but Ian puts Fak to the floor, and Cias is now in danger because he will have to try to heal Fak. No, Fak is down and out of this matchup. As we see Ian leading the guys from Metagaming, and now God Kill is down. Cias will have to defend Fluxo, but now he's in a tough position. Only Japa BKR to fight for Fluxo.
Ow.
But Japa BKR brings the grenade launcher to put two players down from Metagaming. He's trying to save Fluxo. Broilo doing an amazing job against Furia, and Fluxo is now down and out of the game. After Japa BKR tried to do his best, Broilo destroyed Furia. And that's good for me because I have him on my FF squad as well as Will. But now we see Killet also dealing some damage to before, doing a good job. Now Prozin puts Spill down with the grenade, and now Juan goes down. Fawn is bringing Real to this fight as well. Tropa now in a bad position, having to deal with two teams, and Netshoes Miners getting the squad wipe on the players from Metagaming. We see Loud trying to rotate, trying to reposition as well. Only 6 teams still remaining, 17 players. Lots of teams with less players than optimal. And Tropa is now down by a good job by before, but Kronos brought it back and sent before back to the lobby. 4 teams remaining, 14 players still alive. 2 teams are down to 3 players. As we see the guys from She's Dead, Louis Gnat, Brenin, and DZN Kill having to deal now with Loud and Netshoes Miners. They will be sandwiched, and if they go down, they will be ahead of Real. As we see the players from Real going up the hills because the safe zone will be on the high ground. Fawn is down, and it seems that they will not help Fawn get back on the game. The safe zone is already killing Fawn, getting the kill on Fawn, and now they are rotating. There will be 13 players still remaining. The kill goes to Brenin from She's There. And now he is hosting the party for the guys from Real to come back as he uses the grenade launcher and tries to get the kill. But DZN Kill does it with the Babao. Once again, Brenin trying to use the mini grenade launcher to get the shots. Now he chooses to go for the submachine gun, and VM7 brings it back, but DZN Kill once again gets the double kill and sends Real back to the lobby. She's there with 8 kills. Amazing job by She's there, finally choosing better fights to fight in this matchup. As we see Noda trying to go with the help of Will for the confrontation against the Netshoes Miners, and She's there. Loud will split and try to confront both teams side by side. As we see Kawan trying to find the grenades on Broilo over there, who was laying down for Netshoes Miners. And Noda using the grenades, he's too close to DZN. DZN was forced to run, and Noda tried to use the submachine gun to get the kill, and Kawan is the one who goes down. A nice shot by Natividade, finishing off Kawan, but Will brings it back and puts Louis Gnat back on the floor. 4 kills by Will in this matchup. Nice job by Will. He will probably be the MVP for this matchup. He uses the eyes to protect himself. He has to deal with Brenin. Nice shots by Will, and Brenin is protecting himself with the eyes. Natividade gets the kill on DZN, but Noda brings it back, steals a kill, and Will gets one more. 5 kills for him. Now it's Netshoes Miners against Loud. One more kill for Will, but he will go down. O Trem Bebê was the one who sent him down, and it's Booyah! with an impressive showing by Will, helped by Noda, who also played amazingly. Loud finally finds the best fights and gets to a much expected booyah. Their second day in LBFF Season 6, Carol.
Wow, I'm speechless right now because if we are going to start talk about Loud, we have to point it out that they start with a low performance specifically today, and right now getting their first booyah with 10 kills, 22 points in total for them, and 6 kills by the hands of the best double vector of it all. Will.
Probably the best double vector.
Yes, Will is doing an amazing job for Loud here today, but we gotta talk about also Snatchos Miners and She's There, that they finally connected their game because of the position. Real Esports as well, they were in a very good position in the late stages of the game, and we have to talk many times in a row that positioning do a better job when you're getting the late stages of the game. But here's the confirmation of our booyah. Loud with 22 points, followed by Nachos Minor with 16, and also She's Dead. They are fixing their mistakes and getting back in the game in the third place right now with more 16 points, followed by also B4 that we didn't see much of them in 9 points, followed by Real Sports with 8 points, and Tropa is still good position, the 6th place with 8 points.
Before and Real guaranteeing those points because of the position that they got to start the match. They were inside of Brasilia, and that allowed them, as well as Metagaming, and that allowed them to be in a good position to fight and to get some points for positioning. But Fluxo and Furia, who chose to play the rotations game, did not fare off well in this matchup, as SS Esports did, finding a tough fight against Loud. Los Grandes also with misplacement in the fight against XD, and that in the Amazon Crips dudes, they tried to go into Brasilia after the drop, and that led them with only a small house to be inside, and they got pressured over there.
Yeah, but Marcelo, do you know what was the biggest problem of this last match?
What was?
Was definitely the safe zone that tricked all of these guys. So all of them were inside of Brasilia. I don't know how Fluxo team managed to do a quick rotation behind of all these other teams, but because of the safe zone tricked them so bad, were in Brasilia and then go to the upper side of Brasilia, getting a little peak of fields in favor of Loud team. I don't know if that was on purpose, like Loud was out of the safe zone because they knew about the late stages of the game, but that worked very well for them, leading them to the booyah. But the biggest problem was the safe zone, where all the teams had to rotate to the upper side of the hill.
And it forced a few teams that were well positioned to leave their spaces, but we need to know who left their spaces on the standings for some guys that are coming up, as we see Metagaming getting to tie with Bonji on the top of the standings. Fluxo is still close, but Loud getting to go over Tropa and tying with Team Cora Solid with 108 points. Real getting to the 13th place, and she's descending Furia to the relegation zone, Carol.
Sadly, and that 17 points that separate Tropa and Metagame can happen the next match, Marcelo. And even though Metagame is right now tied in points with Bond, not only for like 1 point difference for kills, they are really tied against each other, but I don't think today was the best day for Metagame, even though they will probably finish the day in the first place or not, because we still have Team before on the run for the first place. I think they could have done a better job here, because today would be the right opportunity for them to open this big gap ahead of the other teams.
It's important for them indeed, but dealing with teams that study you as hard as the teams were studying Metagaming last week,
yep,
it's hard for them to keep up with the way they played in their first day of play. However, Fluxo is doing a good job and engaging into this fight for the top of the standings, and Before came after them. Before is also in this fight, and Before and Bonji, we know that There are some players connected over there. 7 played for before the season. That will be a direct fight once again. But Loud is also trying to come for the top of the standings. Tropa will also join them in this fight, and we see lots of teams with great relevance to the community getting to the top of the standings, right?
Yes, exactly. And I like what you said, the great relevance for the community, because each one of the teams that are playing here today, they are here because they are the best ones. You know, and that needs to be counted for Amazon Creep, and she's there. They are doing their debuting here. In the other hand, Tropa is doing very good. Also, TSM, they are not playing today. They did a very great weekend, an opening weekend that was good for them. They are among the best 12 teams here. And we gotta see how the table will look after the next 2 matches, because even though we are putting great expectations on Metagame right now, Fluxo team is looking even more strong, and B4 is right behind them with 4 points ahead for the kills. They are Fluxo team is down to the 50 kills and B4 with 54, so both of them have this personal confrontation. I don't think any of them will come for each other in the map. It's too early to say that. We are not heading to the finals, we are only in the beginning, but I think it's starting to get even more excited to watch.
I think CS should give some kills to God Kill today, because I guessed him on my FF squad team, and you guys need to check out your FF squad teams. We will check out our teams and we'll be right back. And it seems that Lobato was also a rageful teenager, because he's going after the players from Bonji. And Victor put him down, but Prozinho brings it back and puts Kao onto the floor. Victor and Prozin fighting for kills over there. 2 players down from before, 2 players down from Bonji. But Bonji finishes off. What an amazing job by Victor, sending 3 players back to the lobby and saving Bonji inside the house. We are back live and we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! No?
Hitting? No? Yeah.
Yeah, we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R3D5 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to lose in our city. It's D6 heading straight to Kalahari.
To Kalahari.
This is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to lose in our seat belts, fasten your borders, because it's time to drop in Kalahari, Carol!
Our bad, but that's okay because I am the co-pilot and I'm also here to direct you to Kalahari. So feel welcome to one of our last destinations. So enjoy your stay because I'm pretty much sure we are about to watch sassy and amazing things coming from these guys. And talking...
I love the word sassy.
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 Sassy, so sassy. And who is very sassy? That's showing us great sassiness. I don't even know if the word sassiness exists.
Of course
but
it exists.
She's there is finally woke up for the game, and in the last match they got a best position, and let's see if they can remain there. Ooh, look who's joining the game!
Oh my God, Nobru is back!
The man!
He just didn't have to sub in for God Kill, right? My FF squad complains, but Nobru is back!
Thank you, Nobru.
He is finally back. I casted him last week. He did not play. I casted God Kill this week, and he changed it and came into the place of God Kill. I am the kiss of death.
Why did you choose Nobru last week?
Because I was sure that he would be playing.
Oh, just because you were sure he would be playing.
Yeah, and because he was cheap. You get to think with the economy.
I was waiting for you to say something like that.
He was cheap.
He's cheap, but he's very valuable in Free Fire Brazilian League. I'm pretty much sure he was one of the best players ever in the whole world in back in 2019, and he is definitely one of the best players and a valuable one here in Brazil. And we are watching the best game of Fluxo team there is about maybe in this competition against Metagame for the top one. Metagame that probably will reach the top of the first place, but Fluxo team might can do that also, Marcelo. And before there is Refinery.
The Refinery indeed. But probably Nobru was cheap because he would not be playing, and I should have got that by seeing that he was cheap on the FF squad, and I should have understood that. But I didn't! So I casted Nobru last week, and this week I went for God Kill. And Nobru said, no, I'm playing today, so you are losing God Kill in your team. And I lost God Kill.
When you're talking like with that voice, it reminds me about our partner, Shopee, and Jack Chan, you know?
that amazing commercial with Jack Chan. You have to say it. But it seems that before we'll leave Refinery as of right now, Carol. We see that the rotation is leaving.
I like
the Refinery?
Yeah, I like the quick rotation. Just cut you really quick, Marcelo, sorry. But I like this quick rotation because we know that they are Refinery. It is the center of the safe zone in Kalahari here. But probably before it's already aware that of the next steps of the game. So they
have to take it off quickly, right?
Exactly, because the Refinery, it is in the upside, it is in the higher side of Kalahari, so they definitely need to do a quick rotation, move to the next grounds of Kalahari.
And maybe we'll have a confrontation between Los Grandes and Amazon Creeps, as we see Master and Vinhal being the frontliners for Amazon Creeps, prepared to deal with Los Grandes over there, as we see GG as well. And it's funny to see GG not holding a fire extinguisher, right?
Yes, exactly. And I'm really enjoying to watch how good the newcomers are doing here, but not for Amazon Creeps. And there we go, a newcomer against Real Sports.
And we see she's there going on after the players from Real. Actually, Real coming after the players from XD. And we see Luignet and Angelo rotating. Angelo finds a good grenade shot on the player from Real, but the kill was stolen by the players from Tropa. They are also joining that fight. We see Moreira with the sniper rifle, trying to steal some kills, trying to get the shots on VM7, and he gets a little damage on VM7. Spiel is also there with him. And Angelo, what did you do, Angelo? Oh my god! What? You just chose to kill yourself. VM7 comes with the side, and VM7 gets 3 players! Brenny brings the double vector to try to save, she's dead. But the damage is done, and he will now have to save his teammates, because Real came with the sights. They came for the kills, but now Mamute and Gus puts 2 players from before down. Amazing job, 2 headshots, putting 2 players from before down. They chose to rotate, they chose to leave Refinery, and now they are in the open. Real goes down, Killed gets the last kill. And now Los Grandes is joining that battle. Prozin's on the floor and the grenades are coming in. Prozin takes half life in damage, and he will probably not be helped by his teammates. He will be left to die. As we see DZN trying to get some information, using the breaches on the ice to look for some information, and the kill on Prozin is confirmed.
Wow.
And now we see Netshoes Miners and SS Esports also engaging. This is becoming a quick match as Phoenix puts 1 player down for Netshoes Miners. MTS trying to find the sniper rifle shots, playing the support for right now for the rush with Phoenix, Jubinha, and Butch on. And finally, SS Sports keeping the same squad 1 season after another. Now they're going after Higio, Train, Atividade. MTS gets the grenade kill on Atividade, the grenade takedown on Atividade, and now Higio will try to rotate, and they will go down. The Netshoes Miners are destroyed by SS Sports, and this game is getting kind of funny, Carol.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit funny.
This feeling inside.
Not so funny, Marcelo, but also very quick. And we are seeing a lot of action happening. And before back in the lob by the hands of the newcomers, she's there doing an amazing job. And it feels like there's an kill coming to the squad, taking the place of Debzada. It's helping the team somehow.
No, it's not Debzada that has to come back because she's in my FF squad.
No. Marcelo is sassy over here because Debzada is out
sassy.
of the game.
I love sassy. I love the word sassy. I'm watching Queer Eye, you know?
Yeah, you told me.
And they say sassy all the time. Jonathan Van Ness says sassy all the time, and I'm a fan of Jonathan Van Ness. I gotta say it. Now Mamute is trying to engage once again against Amazon Creep. We still have that battle going on since the beginning of the map, Carol. But it seems that Amazon Creeps chose to fight the slow game, chose to go for the slow game and get points for positioning.
And Los Grandes, they are in need for the positions because they started the day in not a very well position, and they still remained exactly same places, even though the teams are climbing ahead of them in our table. Los Grandes cannot yet connect their game this season as well, even though they count with Gus, who is one of the best players of Free Fire Brazilian League, very well planned for the season, and MVR coming as a reinforcement for the team, but not much results so far.
We are not seeing that much results as we talk about Los Grandes. Los Grandes, a team that got to the finals last season, needing to show up a little better to start Season 6, as we see Gus trying to get the information, trying to get the positioning better for him to wake up in this game and get the kills. Gus, who is doing an amazing job. He was not a highlight of Los Grandes last season, but probably the player with the most kills for this season for this team, right?
Yes, and during Season 4, playing by Santos, he was one of the best players in Kalahari specifically. He was always doing an amazing job with a rush. They were also one of the players of Santos, and they were together, they were one of the best duo of Kalahari. Even though things have changed, players and teammates have changed, there's still, I feel like Gus needs some help of their team, you know, and he counts so much during the Kalahari. He cannot do it all by himself.
And now we see that the safe zone is closing near to the command post by the south of the refinery, and let's check out where will be the game heading to for this. Wow, look at that. It left Refinery out, it left Command Post out, it left Submarine out. And it
To
will
go to
give-
the out open.
to the out open, and it will give some advantage to Fluxo, who has the upper ground advantage.
The safe zones are very tricky here today, right? So
I
we
like
thought-
what I see.
I like as well because it shows us how the players have to position themselves, how to have a better development during the map, and it is the time of the truth. How we
And they have
we are
to
going see.
improvise.
Exactly, have to improvise. It is the famous se vira nos 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody understand anything.
Deal
but-
with it in 30 seconds.
seconds.
As the great Fausto Silva Bicho would say. I will broadcast in English, Bicho. Like Fausto would.
Excellent.
And now Ian trying to get the grenades on it and puts 2 players from Amazon Crypts down. Now Metagaming trying to bring it back. CS also putting Gusta to the floor. Kawe goes down and Metagaming will trample Amazon Crypts that was trying to get to a good positioning. Now they are left with only 1 player to fight, and it's Vial. We see that his position near that high tower, the antenna, and now he has only the eyes to protect himself, but it seems that Ian has the target well positioned. He's trying to find the grenades, and now he chose to fight against the players from Los Grandes who were coming from behind. MVR gets the kill on Vial and sends him back to the lobby. Amazon Crypts are wiped out. Now Metagaming has to deal with the players from Los Grandes. Cebolinha goes to the floor. Ian and Drax getting kills for the Metagaming squad. And now Los Grandes is trying to close that distance, close that gap to fight. The mano a mano, however, Lost will not allow it. He sends 1 more player back to the lobby as now Los Grandes has to leave with only MVR, Gus, and Cebolinha. But Los Grandes is out because they were destroyed by Metagaming, and Loud got to that fight as well. Now Furia has the high ground advantage. SS Esports is trying to come after them. But on the big dog leading the charge with Phoenix by his side. He's going for Memgod and he gets the shot from Memgod. Phoenix puts Memgod down. Now BL God falls for Jubinha. SS Esports working with 3 frontliners and doing a good job in this fight against Furia. They just destroyed Furia. They took no sense about Furia, and now they have 9 kills in this matchup. They were quietly getting the points, and now they have 9 points, and their full squad still standing, Carol.
How come SS Sports suddenly get a strong? I mean, they are a strong team. They are sticking with the best team they had last season, Marcelo. Like you said, they are bringing back their best game, and right now getting a lot of kills.
And now Lignet puts Lost 21 back on the lobby, and MTS will engage into this fight against Loud. Will is on the floor, he will be helped, but MTS is using the grenades, and he's dangerous with the grenades. But the bouncing from the grenades did not help them. And Jubinha gets the kill on Angelo from XD. SS Esports fighting in 2 different ways, and now they get XD wiped out. Jubinha doing an incredible job, 5 kills for him. 12 kills for SS Esports, and they still trying to fight Loud. We get to 3 teams still remaining. It's dropped by SS Esports and Loud. The players from Loud are trying to rotate as Will and Kronos are left there to die!
No way.
MTS, the grenade launcher, destroying the players from Loud. Will and Kronos are out. Noda still alive, keeping Loud in the game. But now Tropa and SS Esports are fighting. What an incredible job by SS Esports. Finally back in the game. Jubinha trying to find Spill near the ice. And he knows that this safe zone is damaging a lot. And he breaks the ice. He forces Spill to use another ice. But he will go down. Kilad uses the grenade and put on to the ground. Phoenix, he's advancing. He's trying to find the kill on Noda to get some more points for SS Esports. And look at the game from SS Esports right now. Jubinha rotating, trying to find Noda. Boot on with him. Noda is behind the rocks. is beyond the rocks, and he will try to go for the players from Tropa. He knows that he has nowhere to run.
He's kind of lost. Noda's kind of lost right now.
He's kind of lost, and he knows that he has nowhere to run, but Jubinha knows where to run, and he gets the double kill! Amazing job by Jubinha! And now there's only another for them to deal with. They won the points, and it's Booyah! SS Sports! That was amazing! They are back into the scene! Finally! SS Sports is the SS Sports we saw throughout the whole Season 5! And what a game by Jubinha, Carol!
I can't believe my eyes right now. The only thing I could think, it is no way, Jose. I haven't watched this in a while. This game of SS Sports, it is the game that we were waiting since the first weekend of this season. 8 kills by the hands of Jubinha. 18 kills in total for Phoenix, Jubinha, Bucci on and MTS, the best squad of last season, coming back this season. It is amazing everything they needed. And Marcelo, can you believe they got an amount of 30 points in the last match? Oh
30 points, 18 kills. Finally, SS Sports is back. I was waiting for them to come into the season with the eagerness that they had last season. And it took us really long to see them do it. Jubinha with 8 kills. It leaves the second place to Loud, and she's there with 12 points. It's a difference of 18 points between them, and it brings SS Sports, who are on the brink of getting to the relegation zone, probably to start fighting for the top of the table, Carol.
It is a huge difference between the points of the first and the second place. This is insane. And if SS Sports would have got 4 more kills, they would have break the record of Furia that got a booyah in this map with 33 points. But at 30 points, Marcelo, this puts SS Sports so quickly in the highlights of the day. That's insane. How one match can change the team life so quickly. Talking about quickness, this was a quick match we had today. 15 minutes, and SS Sports was destroying, but who were not destroying was Nachos Miners again, going back in the lobby with 0 points for position. Real that went from the bottom, and 2 top 3 positions in the 12th position right now. Amazon Creeps is still in the same situation where they cannot connect the game, and Fluxo Team surprising us, leaving the way open to metagame to reach the top of the first place.
And we know that metagaming will be on the top after we get to the standings, after we get to the table, because they were tied with Bonji, and they got points. So it's clear for us that metagaming will be on the top of the standings, right? Right? Yeah, right.
Yes, and 133 points is more than enough. Like I said, today was a good day where they can open a big gap ahead of the other teams. But like Marcelo said, it is kind of hard when other teams are studying your game and make it even more harder for you to get more than enough points, right?
And look at the guys coming after metagaming. Bonji 123 points, Flux 123 points, B4 121 points, Loud 120 points, Tropa 117 points. The top 6 can be resolved with 1 drop, but look at who is in the 8th position.
All suddenly, of nowhere, SS Sports, although SS Sports that started day in the 13th position out of the top 12, Marcelo, right now in the 8th.
They were behind Real.
They were behind Real. They started day in the 13th position. They dropped drastically in the 16th position, and right now look how strong they look, Marcelo, almost reaching the 100 position. And for me, there is no picture at all how the last match would work, because even from Tropa to Fluxo, or from Fluxo to Tropa, anyone can be in the second place right now.
Anyone can be in the second place right now, indeed.
And look at the kill points, 50, 55, 51, 40, only Tropa with less than 10 points for killing, but it is well balanced, right?
It's balanced. We are probably having the most balanced season in a while, because the difference between the first placed team and the 6th placed team is 16 points. It's way too tight for us to say, oh no, Tropa can't end the day in the first place. Imagine Tropa gets a Booyah with 20 points and Metagaming perform poorly. Loud gets 8 points, Before gets 8, 9 points. It's doable. They can finish the day on the top of the standings. We have 5 teams playing today inside the top 6 that all of them can finish Bermuda, our next map, in the top of the standings. It's
exactly
unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Marcelo, unbelievable. I like I said, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw from nowhere a Booyah with 30 points. That was amazing. That was definitely a rise up, a shine rise up for Esports this season. Them that are known to be a very strong team in LBFF, so they are looking very strong right now, definitely back in the game. And like they like to say of themselves, the dogs are out, the pitbulls.
Finally they are out, and we'll be out, but we'll be back after a quick break. And it seems that Lobato was also a rageful teenager, because he's going after the players from Bonji. And Victor put him down, but Prozinho brings it back and puts Kao onto the floor. Victor and Prozin fighting for kills over there. 2 players down from before, 2 players down from Bonji. But Bonji finishes off. What an amazing job by Victor, sending 3 players back to the lobby and saving Bonji inside the house. We are back live. We are just messing with you guys. We're not going for any more time to wait, because it's hot in here. So and we were in Kalahari, it's hot, so I need to get a Bermuda to get a little colder. Don't you think, Carol?
No, I was about to sing, it's getting hot in here, so take it off your clothes. But we are not taking off our clothes, because we are putting our Bermudas on and heading to Bermuda.
I'm a committed man. I will never take my clothes off unless it's with my baby.
And you know what, Marcelo? I never get cold, because I'm always right. And you know what? It is more right. It is the confirmation of our Booyah. So there it is. Tropa in the first place. Fluxo team in Kalahari in Bermuda. Real, suddenly Real getting their first Booyah. loud, amazing points in Purgatory, and the best booyah of the day. 30 points in the baggage for SS Sports in Kalahari. And I'm asking myself right now, who is going to be the lucky team to get the last booyah of today's match?
We can see lots and lots of changes happening in the tables since the top 6 is so tight, so close. I am eager and I'm despaired to see what is going to happen in this Bermuda map. We had a good Bermuda match to start the day, and Real got a ton of points in that match, but we got to see Real did it by positioning. Who will do it for dropping? You know how we'll know that?
How?
By dropping from the plane, because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R3D6, heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, Marcel Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Michel, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our final destination of today's matches. We are heading to Bermuda, the most loved one by the players, Marcelo. And let's see who is going to be the lucky one to get the last booyah, because we haven't seen crazy things happening here today. And I'm crazy to know who is going to be crowned the best one in Bermuda.
It seems that we can have some confrontations going on between XD and Netshoes Miners, since Netshoes Miners chose to go for Sentosa, and Cape Town was all XDs, but they also might engage once again against the Amazon Creep squad that are near Kodatua, and they're going for Sentosa. They are using the grappling hooks to go for Sentosa, and this may become a war zone, an isle of death in Sentosa, Carol.
I would definitely give up like they are doing right now, because they already saw that Netshoes Miners already got the best position in Sentosa. So I would definitely give up and go back, because we saw that Amazon Creeps got the best advantage in Sentosa at that time, because they dropped first of Netshoes Miners, and then they got the best the best guns. And the best choice right now was to put Sales AM back in the game and GG out to rest of this last match. And you know, if they would go to Sentosa right now, they would definitely be wiped out of Netshoes Miners.
And that's why they chose to retreat. It's their better option right now, as we see Master and Salis playing with the paper bag on its head, because he's ashamed, he's embarrassed to show up his face right now. But he's back on the game, and now we see Master, Salis, GL, and Vinhal playing for Amazon Creeps, a team that is changing a lot of their lineups, and that's something that we pointed out last season that teams were doing, and they were not getting good results out of it. We saw Pen Gaming changing their squad a lot, as we see Tropa changing D3 for Spill, and I'm mad because Spill is in my FF squad.
What?
But now we see exchanges in bullets. K1 going after Bielgar, and Nada confirming the kill on Gusta. 2 players down from Furia, and Furia is all wiped out. Oh my god, that took me no time to say that they are wiped out and Will got a kill. I'm happy. My FF squad thanks you.
But who's not happy? It is Furia team. What is going on with Furia team? A team that have a name in our esports. And it's such a shame how they cannot do very good this season, Marcelo. And you know what? Thinking about the last season.
Thinking about our younger years.
Think aloud. I don't know what else we are singing, but you know what?
This is Brian Adams. Baby,
I was
you're
just-
all that
I
I
was
want.
Oh.
When you're lying here in my arms, I find it hard to believe we're together.
But it's hard to believe. What is not hard to believe, it is the fight against Tropa and meta game that I don't think will take very long because Trop already retrieved inside of the school. But what I'm saying about Furia, thinking about their performance throughout of season 4 till the 6th season that we are right now, it is that they are dropping out. You know, in season 4, they were one of the strongest teams. For sure, they were one to be the favorite ones, to be the winners. In the season 5, they
were average.
Yes, in season 5 they were average, and in the season right now they are not looking good at all.
So they need to think about their younger years, as Brian Adams would say, and try to get better. But they will have to do it next week, since they are out of the game today, and we see Metagaming also trying to get a better positioning, trying to get to their preferred spot near the top of the peak, as is Fluxo over there. We see Fak and Nobru going for the positioning. Japa BKR is also with them. Cias will be accompanying the team. The MVP is now trying to find his loot, trying to find some grenades. We know that it's his go-to weapon. And things seemed to be starting quickly, but now we are kind of at peace, even though the peak region is being split in between 4 teams: Los Grandes, SS Esports, Metagaming, and Fluxo, Carol.
Peak right now, it is very crowded like Brasilia, but I will not give my predictions where I'm thinking the safe zone will shrink, because I was so sure we were going to have a party in Brasilia in our last map in Purgatorio.
We're only having a party in the USA.
Don't sing Miley Cyrus, because she's my favorite singer ever.
I like Miley Cyrus.
She's the best one ever.
But there's one singer that I like more than Miley Cyrus.
Don't say Taylor
Hannah
Swift.
Montana.
You get the best of both worlds. But I was very sure that we were going to have this big mess in Brasilia, and that suddenly changed in favor of Fields and for the side of Loud for sure. So I'm not gonna bet that Peak it's going to be the center of the last safe zone, even though the players are rotating over there. And the rotation of metagame for me right now, it is more than right, because even though they are in the out open and in a dangerous position, they were taking their looks of every single team that will surround them. And if they trying to get in the grounds where they are standing right now, they will be the door holders and not let anyone pass. Now it is the time for them to get the first place, Marcelo.
They can get to the first place.
They are already
they are in the first place, indeed. But they have to defend the first place as of right now. And Carol, we see that Peak always gets to the end of the game as an important region, being the center of the safe zone or being the source of advantage for the players using the top-down view. With 4 teams over there, this might become a war zone, and it's becoming already, because Loud wants that place that now belongs to Los Grandes, and Gus had to run because the players were coming after them, and MTS gets the kill on Gus, sends him to the floor. Meanwhile, Amazon creeps, and she's there also fighting Noda, gets the triple kill, putting Mamute to the floor as well. Loud is coming for the kill, and now Will gets MVR to the floor. He will finish it off, and Noda is also crawling for his life as Kawan tries to go after Cebolinha. Cebolinha uses the scythe to leave the ice, but Kronos was well positioned, and Loud wipes out Los Grandes. All kills on Loud as of right now. MTS! MTS! Oh my God, you should change your name. Now Will tries to bring it back. He sends Phoenix to the floor. MTS is running and trying to find Will, but Will seems to be taking off and leaving that ground as Butch on Will try to go after him. He uses the ice. He's trying to approach Will, who is trying to rotate, but he will be caught by MTS. MTS, please change your name to OMG, my man.
That grenade from MTS was the cherry of the cake to wipe the squad off loud, Marcelo. Because of there were 2 players still remaining alive, and then with the grenade he got the chance to finish the last player, that was Will. So that was an amazing gameplay coming from MTS, and he can definitely record it because it is a big highlight.
And I have to count on Broilo to give me points in the FF squad. Broilo and my coach from XD are the 2 players that can give me points in my FF squad as of right now.
Right now, I am I regretted to not have put one of my coaches as the butter coach from Esports, because in one single match I could have get hell of points.
You see, my team has Debzada, she was subbed out. Godkill, he was subbed out. Spill, he was subbed out. Now I have Will and Broilo. Will just died, and now I have only Broilo to lean on. And Heiner is my coach.
No, but you gotta admit that you had, in favor of your FF squad, you had a good day, right?
I had an okay day.
Yeah.
I had an okay day.
Comparing to the last weekend, today was a good day.
As Ice Cube would say, today was a good day. But XD, Team XD, Team XD for the most intimate, are positioning themselves near the entrance of the safe zone in Pochinok, as they know of the spot of Amazon Creeps in Caratua. They engaged into fights, and one of the players of XD was killed by one player of Amazon Creeps. They were fighting to begin with, but now it seems that Amazon Creeps will not try to enter the safe zone through Caratua. They seem to be rotating, but the safe zone is favoring too much the teams on the top of the peak, Carol.
Yes, exactly. And like I said, I don't want to predict that the late stage of the game will happen in peak, because all the players are heading to there. And I think right now the most important thing for these players is to do a safe rotation. So Nature's Miners is leaving Sentosa Cal, I think, too late. So if I were them, I would do like before did in Kalahari. Get my loot, my equipment, and head straight to the center of the map. Even though you don't know where it will lead you, at least you are in the center and easily to rotate around the map, safe and sound, like Capital City.
Like Capital Cities. We see that the players from Tropa were going to Caratua. They could have engaged into this fight against Amazon Creeps, but it seems that Amazon Creeps are well positioned right now, and they can surprise the players from Tropa. Let's see how this will happen. We see Vinhal over there, Salles, and all the players from Amazon Creeps getting ready to deal with it, but Vinhal is out in the open. He will be caught moving, and he's taking lots of damages from Moreira. Moreira using the AUG, and Killed will finish him off. Why did it take so long for Amazon Creeps to rotate such a small piece of the map, Carol?
It is because they didn't went to Sentosa, where it is their favorite drop call, and then decided to go to Sentosa right after when Nature's Miners left.
But they were already in Caratua. They just needed to go for the
quicker rotation. That was the late rotation that damaged the squad, you know. And if they didn't decide to go to Sentosa and just headed to the center of peak or whatever, they wouldn't be damaged right now.
That was disastrous for Amazon Creeps. They were in a position where they could fight for the end of the game. Now they left with 3 players, and we are 13 and a half minutes into the game. Still 34 players to fight. It's tough when you lose a player with all that amount of players still alive. All 9 teams still on the fight. Almost all of them only one of them, besides Amazon Creeps, have lost a player. So it's tough. Now they will have to deal with a whole map of teams with 4 players, and they only have 3. They need to improve their rotation, Carol.
Yes, they definitely need to improve their rotation because the fights are starting to go even more dangerous right now, and the rotations of each one of the teams will definitely cut you at some point, especially because for the door holders, like I said, metagame will now block the way of the real Esports, and they have to be aware of as well of before the other side. As we watch SS Sports wiping
Just destroying Tropa.
Oh my gosh.
Just destroying Tropa. And SS Sports came to the game as they came in Kalahari. They've stepped on the gas since Kalahari, and it seems that they are not stopping. As you see Fak getting the kill on Drax. Fluxo trying to take metagaming off the match. What would be amazing for Fluxo, because they want to take the spot from metagaming on the top of the table. We see that Shoes Miner is still alive and trying to find She's there near Fluxo, near the house where Fluxo is. CS gets the trap kill on Master from the Amazon Creep squad. And now Japa BKR is positioned waiting for the players from XD to come up the hills. EM7 gets the grenade kill on Lobato. And now it seems that CS got the information. It seems that he saw the head of Angelo jumping over there. VM7 making it rain on before he gets 2 kills over there. And now he's trying to find some good points for Real. Tatui is trying to rotate. He has the option to climb the hill, but the hill is all metagamings. They have the top of the peak, and now Tatui has to deal as well with B4 coming from below. Drax gets the first kill. Fawn puts Juan to the ground. Iago brings it back and puts Fawn to the floor. But now Real can reposition, and they have the option to help Fawn over there. Juan goes down, and there's only Iago to fight for before, as Tatu tries to find the shot. Jubinha steals the kill on Juan, and now Iago puts Fawn to the ground once again. He will be damaged by the safe zone, and he will be taken down by the gas, not the players from Real. Now Brenin tried to find Natividade, puts Tatui down. Brenin puts Nobru to think, but he gets taken down by the safe zone. And XD goes down in the 7th position. We see Metagaming trying to get a better positioning, using their advantage from pick, but now who has the advantage is Fluxo. Netshoes Miners goes down. Phoenix from SS Esports trying to get inside of the safe zone, and Butch on helping him to take off the players from Amazon Creeps. MTS gets a kill for 10 kills for SS Esports right now. Butch on gets one more, 11 kills for them. Once again, an incredible aggressive game by SS Esports. Now they have to deal with the fight between Real, Metagaming, and Fluxo. SS Esports rotating. Can they get the double booyah? Jubinha gets the kill on Autoboot. The grenades are coming in from Yan. CS puts Autoboot down, and he steals the kill from the players of SS Esports. Jubinha puts Lost down. Real is out of the game. They are sent back to the lobby. Now Metagaming have to deal with the fact that Lost is down. Jubinha finishes him off. That's the triple kill. Amazing job by Jubinha, who probably will show up on the top killing list. And now MTS is sent to the floor. My God! CS! He wipes the whole squad of SS Esports with just one grenade! Oh my God, CS! Fuck is down! He needs to help. Japa BKR puts Rocks to the floor. It's the chance for Fluxo. They have to deal with Ian and Kawe. Japa BKR does it once again. And it's Booyah! Fluxo! Where's the crown, CS? Where's the crown, my man? Oh my God, CS and Japa BK are making it rain, Carol!
Great stuff for Fluxo team. team in the Saturday, Marcelo, getting their double booyah here today. That was amazing increasement that Fluxo had from last weekend to this one, and I'm very excited to check our table because I'm pretty much sure Fluxo, Marcelo, finished in the first place. But what amazes us over here was the grenade of Cias, and it is impressive because he won last season the MVP trophy as the grenade guy because of his grenade, but he still keeps surprising us and leaving us so speechless. That was amazing finish of match today for Fluxo team, guaranteeing their double booyah and probably the first position in our in our standings. But I don't know for sure because also meta game was in the end of the game, so we have to check this out. But anyway, congratulations to Fluxo team having a great start this season.
9 points for Killing, 12 points for the Weird, 21 for Fluxo. We will have the confirmation of the points coming up on the screen for you guys. Fluxo with 21 and SS Esports
wow.
20 points.
12 kills, Marcelo.
12 kills for them. And that climb to the top of the peak, they were just amazing. And metagaming with 14 points, Real with 11, good. 2 Bermuda maps for Real. They got the booyah on the first Bermuda map of the day. And Loud with 9 points. Amazon Creeps 7 points. That was good from Amazon Creeps. They're fighting to leave the relegation zone. And it was a good map overall for Fluxo SS Esports, right?
Yes, exactly. And metagame also finishing very in a very good day, showing up in among the top 3. Of course, Real that it is trying to be back in the game once more in the 4th place. Loud finishing the day in the 9th position, but it's still good though. Nexus Miners 5 points for them after going in 2 matches in a row in the last positions. She's there finishing with 5 before 4. Tropa, the first time we are seeing Tropa in the 10th place here today with 3 points. Los Grandes and Furia team down to 0. And the MVP for this last match was BKR and Bution.
The big dog.
The big dog, the pitbull of SS Sports.
It was a good fight at the end, but what Cias did to SS Sports,
and if it was not that grenade, I'm pretty much sure SS Sports would have responded like mano a mano. That would be like a very nice fight to watch.
This kid still impresses me, you know. This kid Cias still impresses me week after week after week. He is doing a year, not only a season, that impresses a lot. And as we have the confirmation of the booyahs today, the double booyah from Fluxo, it was an amazing day for Fluxo, and Metagaming did not have that hell of a day, right?
Yes, and even though Metagame didn't have the best day, they managed to get in the top. Probably right now we will check our standings and things might have changed. But there it is, the confirmations of the booyahs today. Double booyah for Fluxo team, 1 booyah to Tropa, Loud SS Sports, and Real Sports. But Marcelo, look at our standings. How many points difference there is between Meta and Fluxo?
3 points. And now we have a correct picture of the standings because all teams have played 12 maps. This is balanced. This is the real picture of the season as of right now, as all teams played 2 days. Metagaming leading, Fluxo really close and with advantage in the most important tie-breaking condition, which is booyahs. They have 3, the only team with 3 booyahs. But Loud came back into the fight, and now they have the 3rd place. Before came back in the 4th place. Tropa surprisingly in the 6th position, and SS Sports brought the game back. They had 67 points 2 maps ago. Now they have 117. 50 points in 2 maps to finish off the day. That was what SS Sports did. She's there, leaving the bottom of the table and going to the 10th position. Amazing day by She's there as well. Real also leaving the real bottom of the standings and getting to the 12th position. And Furia and Amazon Creeps, Furia is disappointing.
Yes.
And Amazon Creeps is taking a while to get used to Serie A, right?
Yes, we can cut the slack to Amazon Creeps. They're doing their debut in this season, but Furia team playing for 3 seasons in a row, having this kind of performance, like Marcelo said, it is disappointing. But Los Grandes also are disappointing us. They are keeping the same performance that they had in the half to the end of last season, which was no good at all. Nachos Miners having a hard time here today, still sticking with the 77 points. But I am liking what I'm seeing, Marcelo, in our left side of our table. I could never imagine Metagame in the first place. Them that have been newcomers in the 4th season, had an amazing 5th season, and right now showing us the real deal in the 1st place.
And I'm eager to know who of those teams were the best of the day, as we'll have on the screen coming up for you guys. It was SS Esports. They got 76 points. 50 of them came on the last 2 maps.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Jubinha getting 13 kills. He will be on the list of the top killers of the day. And he started the season benched by Senomi. We gotta remember that. He started the season on the bench. Got one Booyah, 13 points in Purgatory. Even though they had Purgatory as a strong map for them last season, this season they still ain't got it rolling in Purgatory. But Kalahari with 42 points is incredible. It's insane.
Yes, Marcelo, and I tell you what, Kalahari and Bermuda was the key. These last 2 matches was the key for them to turn to be the best team of the day. If I may, Carol, yes, go ahead.
They scored 21 points in Bermuda. They scored 20 in this last Bermuda. They had 1 point in Bermuda, didn't they?
Yes, exactly. But what I'm trying to say, and I think you already got that, is that if it were not for the Booyah in Kalahari, I don't think they would have been showing up in the best team of the day, because they were doing a slow game, but were not the best of the day. But you know what? When you get the confidence of the Booyah, naught can stop you.
And it showed in our last map of the day. They didn't get the Booyah, and they still got 20 points. They got to the 3rd place in the rankings, but 20 points at all because they had 12 kills. They got aggressive. They got back at being that aggressive SS Esports that pleased us to watch last season, with the bringing back the squad that worked better for them last season with Jubinha, MTS, Butch On, and Phoenix, that made them way more aggressive than what we expected, right?
Yes, of course. And not so... we like to compare, at least I like to compare how many kills each one of the players have with Vivocade from last season, that were a very balanced and split kills between the players. But right here we can have a good pictures between Jubinha, MTS, Butch On, and Phoenix, forming the best team of the day. But let's check right now, Marcelo, the highlights of the day, because there is lots of teams as well that made their debut here, doing an amazing job as most points, most kills, and individual kills.
Yeah, we have to highlight CS with 11 kills, tied with MTS, the 2 guys that fought for the MVP title last season. But Jubinha with an amazing 13 kills. He did a great job in Kalahari and helped a lot in Bermuda. But Loud getting to the top 3 in most kills was what sent them to the 3rd position in the day, together with the Booyah that they got. But we gotta sign up for Tropa. 60 points for Tropa, bringing them to the top 6, bringing them to the fight for the top of the standings. The newcomers are impressing, as Team Coda Solid did last season, as Nitrox Top 10 did last season. That shows how well Free Fire works season after season, by changing the meta games, by bringing different ideas from the teams that comes from Serie B, who have new meta games to show. And Free Fire is a living organism because of that.
Yes, Marcelo, I couldn't agree more with every single thing you said. And before we watch all the matches today, I said that how the increasement of the meta game of Free Fire have changed season through season. And that's it, guys. That's it. We have bringing season by season the best of the best players, the best of the best coaches and kills. And talking about the best players, let's check out our kill leaders, because impressive Lost have been turned the table for his side and take the first place, followed by Will.
Tied, all of them tied with R7. R7 will be playing tomorrow and he will be eager to take that back. But Cias with 20 kills and Killed from Tropa with 20 kills.
Nice.
All of those guys are 1 point away from each other. All of those guys. This season is so balanced that it's making me get crazier to see what's going on day after day. And it's just amazing to watch.
It is just amazing to watch. I am really into Free Fire Brazilian League right now because of those guys. They are dedicating day by day of their time to be the best one here in Free Fire Brazilian League, and is doing an amazing job, Marcelo. But I want to know what is going to happen tomorrow. Can you tell me?
Let's check the schedule so we all can know what's going on tomorrow. Group B will come back. Flux will have the chance to take the top of the standings against Metagaming, but Bonji will have the chance to bring it back. Team Coda Solid will have the chance to bring it back. SS Esports will have another chance to do an amazing day. And I want to see more from Corinthians. I want to see more from Vivo Cage. I want to see more from Netshoes Miners, from Los Grandes, and the newcomers. Bonji, Amazon Creeps, XD, Team Solo Mid. What will they bring to the table?
Yes, exactly. And I just would like to point it out that Team Coda Solid is starting the day. Of course, they didn't play today, but they started the day in the second place, as Bond in the first place. So I'm pretty much sure tomorrow we're going to watch a great battle for those guys to trying to reach the top once again. But Team Solo Mid also had a great debuting last weekend, starting here in Free Fire Brazilian League. So tomorrow, the expectations for tomorrow would be higher than this was for today. So Marcelo, I'm eager for tomorrow. And what are you doing?
I'm setting my alarm for tomorrow, because we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the Brazilian time, and we expect you guys here because there are lots and lots of Free Fire action coming in for you guys to watch. Thank you, Carol, once again for being by my side for this broadcast.
Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us on this Saturday. Very beautiful Saturday, and more beautiful with all you guys here together with us. And we are waiting for you guys tomorrow. Mwah.
We'll be here tomorrow, and we wait for you as well, because you know what time is it? It's time to hit the sky! See you tomorrow!